Hello, welcome to the January Q&A. I am joined by some lovely allies here. This is every month at the end of the month, or sometimes at the beginning of the next month. We take your questions and answer them. This is for $20 and up patrons. And our first question is from Alexander Zirinov. Hello, allies. I'd like to start with an update on my November question about my problem with swapped face buttons on Nintendo Switch.
Right.
I've decided to buy May Flash Magic NS wireless controller adapter, which allows using nearly every modern controller, including DualShock 4 and Xbox One, with Nintendo Switch, PS3, and PC, and provides some customization, including swapping back face buttons. I haven't used it much yet, but my initial impressions are highly positive, so if anyone has the same problem, this could be the perfect solution. Now, to my question. What Easy Allies shows, streams, or features are you watching or listening to just for your own pleasure? I remember Damiani saying that he's listening to Cup of Jones every week, and I would love to hear similar stories from other allies.
Wait, you're allowed to do completely irrelevant updates to your question that you're about to ask?
It was a product recommendation.
Okay, sure.
Somebody just might have gone and bought
Thank
that
you,
right now.
$20 and up patrons. We do appreciate it.
Thanks for your patronage.
I realized it was an update to last month's question,
Right.
so there's that.
You want the people for legacy.
I just
you
hate
you
the
want them to
phrase
be invested.
swapped back. I just hate that.
You hate swapped back?
Yeah.
Well, write that
Because the
down.
whole thing is, the...
I have a list of words you hate. Let me
Okay,
just type
all
that
right.
down.
Do you really?
That would be great if you actually did.
I really wish you did, Joe. I really wish.
To answer the
long
question, it's not all the time, but every once in a while I enjoy putting on Kyle's stream and watching whatever goofy thing he's playing.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love tuning in streams.
Yeah, I'll put on random streams. I'll catch the occasional easy update. And when we do seasonal shows, I'll watch.
Feels like gotcha.
occasionally, yes.
Yeah, when we do the seasonals, I'll watch the seasonal shows.
There are times when I feel like the community is like, what is going on with this easy update? And I'm like, okay, I have to see.
I love me some Gundams.
Oh yeah?
Gundam's great.
Hell yeah.
Really?
I love 30 seconds.
Yeah,
of
what's to
sil-
like
of-
about it?
Of Gundam silence.
I didn't mean it like that. I just
No,
I'm surprised
I think that's funny.
Joe's just sitting there watching
Really?
the Gundam
Like, have
stream.
you seen what we talk
Oh
about?
no, that's the
It's
thing.
all
I'll just put it on
nonsense.
while I'm doing something. It's just
Trintron.
fun. It's like I'm in the office. It's like hanging around the office.
I feel like we do Gundam and I don't remember what we're talking about while we're
Fugue
doing
state.
it.
Yeah. That's Gundam.
I love just silence and clicking.
Click, click, click. Yeah.
I never miss Don's design lab.
Hell yeah.
That's the one I'm 100% on.
I believe I've seen maybe not the entire thing, but I've seen at least a little bit of every Prison of Love. Because I was just so
Oh, yeah,
curious
me
about
too.
what was being
Yeah.
played. I want that reaction of them seeing it. Yeah, I love the way that show came together. That was really fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. And I gotta watch the podcast even when I'm not on it because I cut it, and that's always fun when I'm not on it.
For Jones.
Oh, sure.
To watch a podcast. And fun to tune into the group stream. Fun to watch the Game Awards reactions while I was at the Game Awards. That was fun. Damiani.
Oh, before our next question, I have a scoop for you, Jones.
Is it the scoop I just saw? Is it a
Yeah,
Rockstar
it's
scoop?
It's real, legit.
Wait, what is it?
Take-Two Interactive announces Dan Houser, Vice President Creative at Rockstar Games, will be leaving.
He's been there for a long time.
The next GTA is multiplayer only.
Yeah.
This confirms
And
it.
it'll be their
Yeah, it's done.
Their
Yes.
first good game.
Haven't you read my 300-page script?
Yes.
Nah, I read our bank account.
Chad,
Yeah.
shut
GTA 6 is online only. I'm convinced.
There we go. I'm excited.
Wow.
And Mysterious Monsters is awesome. I watch every episode.
Oh,
Mysterious Monsters
thanks.
is
I thought that was
awesome.
related to...
Yeah,
Take-Two. I was like,
Take-Two
Houser's
is also
exit
buying
word.
Mysterious Monsters.
Mysterious Monsters is awesome.
I legit wish I could be on every Mysterious Monsters episode.
I wish you could be on
Don't say things like that or I'll ask you to
It's
be
really
on it.
fun.
I'll
I
ask
like
you
it
to
a
be
lot.
on it,
Yeah,
dude.
it's on camera now, dude.
No, that's
I do. I would do it. I would do
Recorded
it.
for history.
Very good to know. Getting guests is a nightmare.
Gotta get
Got some good ones lined up for this coming
Yes.
Plug it.
Yep.
2 episodes.
I was watching the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. It's on like Hulu. It's like 4 episodes. I'm on number 2.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We won't talk about
So
who
no
wins though. We
spoilers.
won't,
Yeah,
no
no
spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh,
But I
wow.
like when, like-
you've dodged the.
I'm dodged, yeah, I was like, oh, this
Dude,
is
I'm not
good.
even focused on that. And I know
Yeah.
who won it.
Yeah.
Wait, for
Same.
what?
It's like Jeopardy, the 3 like best players of all time.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
best Jeopardy player of
Jennings?
all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I want to do that for Mysterious Monsters. Get
The winners?
people with the highest Well, not just the winners, but the 3 people who earned the most,
Yeah.
like in-game gold.
Yeah, I think I'm in that top 3.
I think you might be in that top.
Ooh.
I think you might be in it. Maybe not
What if you
this
didn't win
time,
it?
but season 2
You got a lot of
premiere
gold, you just
would
never
be-
won.
Lip curl
Yeah.
there. It was so good.
Conceivably you could. Though if you lost, someone would have more gold than you.
I'll tune into a lot of random streams too. I was just watching like Huber play Blasphemous the other night.
That's fun.
Yeah. I love that. I just love
Yeah, I saw you
good
struggling.
casual stream.
We like cheese
Book-
that boss.
the
though.
book
Did you
guy.
see me cheese it?
No, I just saw you getting
The
right by
baby?
some book guy.
He did the baby, dude.
Y'all better watch that Fantasy Star stream on Friday.
Yes.
70 gigs. All right, our next
70?
70 gigabytes.
How many years of
No.
updates was that?
Yeah.
That's why it took so long. They were waiting for, you know.
They were waiting
Hard
for it
drives
to
get
download.
bigger.
We're waiting for it to upload.
Yeah.
Upload, yeah. Our next question comes in from Michael. Hello, Easy Allies. The creator of Dragon Quest, Yuji Horii, tweeted that Dragon Quest XII has been in development since 2019. What do you think about tweeting game announcements? The tweet
5
was
weeks.
translated by JapaneseNintendo.com. Love and respect.
Cool. If it's straight from the creator's mouth, talking about it, I love that stuff. Even if it's years off, it's just like, hey, we're making this. I like that.
I like it too. I don't think I wouldn't even count it a game announcement, right? There's still going to be a trailer. We're going to call that the game announcement.
Right.
And so I kind of just like this reassurance. It's what we wish that WB Montreal would do. It's like, hey,
Right.
we're working on the next Batman game.
It's like a game
actually a
appetizer.
Yeah.
I
I think
love
it's
that
it's also different for numerical releases for like franchises that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, it's like we know it's
There's another one
coming.
coming, yeah.
You know.
Right.
That's
Big
what I
surprise.
like about that Zelda trailers. It's a trailer that feels like a tweet. You know, the trailer was just like, and we're in the office today. And you're like, cool.
What are you talking
Or an
about?
office,
Breath of
just
Wild
making
2.
a trailer.
That was not that kind of trailer.
I was like, that's what Jones calls it, though.
The text at the end of that trailer said,
The in the office.
this
Twitch
game
trailer.
is in development. You're like, great.
Oh boy.
It
Is
had
this trailer
footage.
development?
It had
So then
footage,
what-
you psycho.
It did have footage.
Yeah.
It's better than a dude
I
sitting in a
said I didn't
chair
say it wasn't a
saying,
trailer. I said it was
this
a
game
trailer
is
that
called
felt like
Jedi
a tweet.
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Like that's like the
Right.
worst
That
game
was a
announcement of all
disaster.
time.
That
is.
was a disaster.
Well, they had already announced it with showing.
You know,
Right,
they were in
yeah,
the
yeah.
office. I'll take a tweet over a we're hanging out in our,
Yeah.
in our
Everything's announced by
motion
tweet
capture
anyway,
studio
so.
any day. Oh boy.
Nice.
Our next question comes in from KY79. Hey, Allies, what are some of your favorite boss music themes? Tough question.
Oh,
Is that
on the
Fate
showcase we just. I
Oh,
saw-
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
One-Winged Angel.
One-Winged Angel.
What's up?
Oh,
well,
man,
we saw two
yeah.
guys jamming on guitar,
Dark
dancing.
Lord
Yeah.
Ganon from Twilight Princess.
The entire
pick.
soundtrack of
Drums.
every Soulsborne. I don't know.
They're all yeah.
So
They only have music for
badass.
bosses by and large.
Ah!
Mega Man bosses. Are
Mega Man
good.
Bosses is good. In chat, Swordfish.
The Lady Butterfly song is really awesome. It's very haunting. It's got those like Mario 3D World Ghost House strings going. You know?
Splatoon.
Oh.
Oh.
Final boss is Splatoon.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I
Good.
need to like go re-listen to that song.
I didn't play
Yeah,
it.
That
Play
got
it
me
now.
on, no, that
Play
got
it
me onto
now.
the wavelength of the Walrus in Tropical Freeze.
Yes.
Like
Like
really
they're doing the metal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Find a friend
Metal
that
Gear
can
bosses.
say to you,
Wait.
that got me on the wavelength of the walrus.
Yell Dead Cell.
Beatles.
So good. That's the
Become
name of
as
the song.
gods. That's a different
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And like everything from
Yeah.
14, right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like
every
for
raid
Nier,
boss.
though,
everything,
you
every
could
last
say
one.
like
Every
just
boss.
best,
Every raid boss ever.
best everything.
I love when I
Best
first
except for
heard
the
Titan.
game.
No.
Wasn't Titan like the first like hardcore metal song in 14? Or is it just straight metal?
I mean, it's the most ridiculous song.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. I think like, you played or something. I was like, "What? This for Titan? That's weird." And then I actually fought Titan. And I was like, "It fits.
It fits.
fine.
It felt like
I'll take it."
It fits in the moment.
It
Yeah.
felt like when you got to Jet, Final Fantasy X final boss fight, where it's just like Otherworld, where it's just like this rock song in Final Fantasy X, like this
Hell
heavy
yeah.
metal. You're like, what is this? So out of place.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Final Boss of Persona 3 is a good pick, Chad.
it's a good one.
It's
though,
a
yeah.
good pick. That whole
Nice.
fight is
Composers
good.
go all out for their boss fights.
Mhm.
That's what we learned.
Yeah, you almost kind of can't go all out. You're like you might catch yourself going all out for something else. You're
Yeah.
like, I got this.
Just
Gotta
gotta save
it.
this. I gotta
Pump the
save
brakes.
this.
Save it.
Pump the
Yeah.
brakes.
Our next question, DRD7 and 14. Where's the monkey? Where's the monkey?
Do we have a monkey?
Ape Escape.
Ape Escape, dude. Ape Escape's
Ape Escape?
coming.
This one?
There it is!
Oh, there we go.
Found him.
No
Caught him.
problem.
Answered. Best answer yet.
We need a net. Why don't we have a net?
Somebody told me that Insomniac is like rumored to be doing Ape Escape.
Shut up.
Shut up, Hubert.
Shut up.
Shut up.
That's what I hear. I hear things.
Where did you hear this from?
You were talking down the street.
From our
There's a
lovely
guy in an
Twitch
alley.
chat.
No, there's a guy in an alley.
If Twitch chat tells me
really
something,
fueling
I
up your
then
car?
tell you.
Yeah.
I fact check it with you, Joe.
Yeah, like, hey, Insomniac's working on
There's a new
Ape
show
Escape.
idea.
He was paying. He put his
There's a new
he
show
put the
idea
bills
for
under
you,
the
Hubert.
cage.
Twitch chat tells.
Twitch chat told me
The
this.
guy gave him change back and said, "I heard Insomniac's making it."
Every story is a super like, who told me at Twitch chat?
But now because of his weird powers, they like suddenly are.
Dude, it makes
They,
sense
they,
to
they were
me.
like working on something else.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Some dude's computer just turned to Ape Escape and Insomniac. He's like, what the hell?
The awe that we feel when Huber says something like that, developers feel when they found out Huber said something
Yeah,
like that, and they're like, "Shit,
Yeah.
did he really say that out loud?" I gotta see the tape.
Our next question comes in from Mike Cook. Hey, I was thinking about how we don't give enough credit to the people who make our games. I mean, sure, some of us know some of them and recognize their work. I would like to see more press with developers, composers, artists, directors, etc. We see it all the time in the movie industry. The Sonic movie press tour is happening now, and already there are dozens of uploaded video interviews on YouTube, as well as on TV talk shows and news outlets. Is it possible for us to one day see the same kind of event circling around new video game releases?
Those interviews don't do well.
Like a press tour.
Yeah, those Sonic interviews are all with like Jim Carrey and Ben Schwartz, right?
I
For the
haven't
movie,
watched
I
any of them.
imagine.
Yeah, so I think that's like the unfair comparison, right? Is that like, hey, those
Right.
are two very charismatic people.
Yeah.
Also, they did put what's his name? No Man's Sky guy was on like Colbert.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
on all this
Sean
stuff.
Sean Murray.
Sean
Sean
Murphy,
Murray.
yeah, was talking about No Man's Sky on Colbert.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
crazy.
really nice internet historian, I think, video about the rise, fall, and rise of No Man's Sky. It's actually a really cool video.
I wonder
yeah.
when someone will make the Rise, Fall, and Rise of Easy Allies video.
Oh, I don't know. Probably next
we
year.
gotta wrap.
I feel
I feel like we're on our fourth rise right now.
Yeah.
It feels like games are so secretive, you know. So I just feel like the marketing up to a game's release is just like the odd trailer here and there, and like some PR interviews.
Yeah, you
that are
get
usually-
PR.
you know. And then by the time, like, when a game is out, I feel like then you have really good conversations about the game, like, retrospectively. But I feel like the lead up to a game is never, you know, it's never really intimate like that.
I remember back at Game Trailers, we had the opportunity to interview BioShock Infinite. They were like the Fitz and Simmons of BioShock Infinite.
Oh,
We're like,
so
Oh,
you-
yeah,
oh, okay, I get that
The
reference.
voice actors.
yeah. So we did have like a
twins?
little like Entertainment Tonight style like interview with them where they're like sitting next to each other and talking about their experience with the game. It was kind of cool.
Neat.
You really don't see a ton of stuff like that. Them doing press rounds. Maybe because it's hard.
Do they not want to give away the illusion of their game beforehand? Like if it's
There's
not
a
out
weird,
yet,
well,
you know?
there's a weird thing. Like, I have several friends who are voice actors who have been like the main characters of big games. Like, Ash and Sarah couldn't say they were in the game until
Right.
like 3 weeks after the game was out.
That
Like, they
stuff is
weren't
really
like
weird.
allowed to say
That is
it's
weird.
them.
Yeah, I feel like devs are
very
put in a really
weird.
hard situation where they're working with marketing, and it's like, okay, this is when we're going to talk about this. This is when we're going to
Right.
talk about this. This is when we're going to talk about this, and it just gets so segmented that they can't say a lot. And also, the audience is not very receptive to, hey, this is a work in progress.
Right.
And so when they do show it, they want it to be far enough along where it's not just going to immediately, die out of the gate.
And games are, it's such a weird, I guess it's because the feeling that my friends have is that it's always up in the air if they're going to get like replaced last second. And that's why they don't,
Yeah.
like that's why they don't say anything, because it's like a week from release, they might re-VO the entire game, and like, if they'd already know, it's like
Yeah.
gnarly. I don't know, it's a weird business. It's different from film. The PR machine doesn't work the same way.
I would love to talk to more game devs, though.
Yeah,
Seriously.
absolutely.
All the time.
Love talking to them.
Whenever we have them in here, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
And those streams do pretty well, too, usually.
The Shovel Knight one was
Oh,
super
that was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creature in the Well one was really fun. The Outer Worlds one was fun.
Life
Got
is
more
Strange
coming
was
up?
a dream,
Mhm.
man. That was the best.
Oh, yeah, you
It
had
was so awesome.
You got more coming up. So there you go.
Our next question comes in from Shub Hankar. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Hi, allies. 2020 is looking packed, so let's play a tiny little mini Kill Your Babies-ish game. You know, thin the herd a little bit. Make things easier on our wallets. Of all the games confirmed to be coming out in 2020, if you could only save 2, which ones would each of the allies save? Remember,
Let's make it one. Let's make it one each.
Make it
we get
one.
one each. We
All
can
right,
all do
everybody
one.
gets to save. Oh my
It ain't
god.
Kill Your Babies if you get 2.
Okay.
Nobody's got 2 babies.
You're only allowed to have one
Remember,
baby
in this
left.
fiction, all the games you don't save will get canceled and will never release in any full capacity. This is just a losing game.
Too easy for me. 7 remake, let everything else die. No problem.
All right.
Last of Us.
I don't even remember what games are. What is it?
You gotta pick
Cyberpunk
something.
and
There you go.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
And they confirmed that Breath of the Wild 2 is not this year.
Right, Doom
Did
Eternal.
they?
Yeah.
Doom Eternal
They
Resident
did
Evil 3.
not do that.
I saw an article. That said it
Twitch
wasn't.
chat told you.
Yeah.
Here's Twitch chat.
Yeah, it's
It
Twitch
was
They
from
told
a-
you.
It was from a Twitter user, Sabi, who has rumors stuff, but they said take it with a grain of salt. So
Oh,
they're
okay.
trying to say Mario Kart 9 is the
Ooh,
big
boy.
holiday
Grain
title.
of-
Cyberpunk
okay.
v FF7 v Breath of the Wild 2 for Go. That's wow.
If it's down to those, I'd pick Breath of the Wild 2.
But assume Breath of the Wild 2 is not confirmed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not, like,
These
I'm
are-
not-
yeah,
it's
these are
not my
confirmed.
equation right now.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Animal Crossing, hands down. Easy.
Brad?
You're killing it, right?
5-7.
already said it.
Yeah.
You already said it.
Last of
Wait,
Us.
you gotta pick another one though, because that's
Or you
already
can
saved.
pick
Oh,
What, you can't save the same baby?
I thought.
Why not spread the love?
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you took last.
No, I
I
got-
thought we were
I'm gonna
playing
save,
Splinter Realities.
I'm gonna say Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
Saving that baby.
Okay.
That's a nice one.
And you said Last of Us Part
Last
2?
of Us, Last of Us.
All right, Doom Eternal.
So a lot of babies lived then.
Which
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
do
a
you
lot of
say?
babies lived. Yes.
What?
What'd you say?
Did anyone say Cyberpunk?
Did anyone say Cyberpunk?
No.
No, and
Okay,
nobody said
I'll say-
Yakuza 7. As
Sorry,
well.
I'll say Cyberpunk.
And I didn't get to say Fantasy
What's
Star
yours,
Land
by the way?
2.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Also, Resident Evil 3
Oh,
remake
wait, no,
dies.
sorry, Resident Evil 3.
Yeah,
Resident Evil
remake
3.
dies.
Takes Last of Us 2
That's
out.
not
Cute.
Oh, I have the original. I got
That
the original.
just happened.
I have the original.
Nope.
Resident
Bye,
Evil 3.
Cyberpunk.
I can go play it
Bye,
right now.
Cyberpunk.
Wow.
Bye,
Yeah, you
Cyberpunk.
got RE8 coming.
Yeah.
But also, like, having 6 different. How many of us are there in here? 7 different games saved. That's baby mode. That's pansy.
All right, so we can only pick one game.
Yeah.
It'd probably
or
be
we're all
as
in
a group.
Splinter
It'd probably
Reality.
be Final Fantasy 7.
As a group,
As
it
a
would
group
probably be
decision.
Final Fantasy 7.
I mean, it got 2
it.
votes. I wouldn't vote for that. We have the original.
We can play it right now.
Wait, we're all
Play
picking
right
this
now.
one now, then Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can only pick one.
Got Deus Ex. You don't need Cyberpunk, dude.
And then tomorrow's.
You want to play that right now?
Yeah, get ready to play it right now.
We can play that right now.
Say,
Close
I got
enough.
Deus Ex.
It's close enough.
You got Blade Runner. Play that right now.
Tomorrow's Countdown, then Silent Hill 2
Get
Remake.
Deus Ex. Right, close enough.
Got like 4 of them.
Let's like save for Doom. Like,
exactly.
We got painkillers.
And
I got
you know,
2 too.
there should be a version of this game
We got
where it's
blood.
like known games that you can save, but you will kill an unannounced game, and someone like makes that dream unannounced game. Someone should make a version of Kill Your Babies where it's like
Write it up.
cards up
Write it up.
are
We'll do it
known
for an
game
episode.
announcements. The flip side are like dream announcements.
Chrono Trigger remake.
Yeah, like
Gone.
Chrono Trigger 3.
Yeah.
But then some could be really bad, you know?
Knack 3.
Yeah.
This is like whatever.
I like that.
Our next question comes in from Asbo Zaparuder. Good afternoon, allies. I hope 2020 has been kind to you so far. For this year, I thought it might be interesting to get some lore out of all of you. So each month, I will choose an ally and ask the rest of you what your earliest memories and or impressions of that person were. I'm just going to go in alphabetical
God.
order, which means the first up is Daniel Bloodworth.
Everybody's
Oh,
name
he's
starts
not
with a
here.
B. Wait, so we have to talk about
That's the
him?
last name.
Yeah.
It's the last
First impression of Daniel Bloodworth.
Shane Satterfield called me into his office and he said, "These are the new potential people." And I looked at the list and I was like, "I like that Bloodworth guy." I don't know if I made the call, but I remember I looked at like 3 candidates.
Just at their names?
And I was
or
like,
what?
no, just what they had done there. He talked about them.
Oh,
I don't remember if I read something or something. I just remember I got good Bloodworth vibes.
Dude,
It's the
Off
first time
of
I'd
his
ever
resume?
heard the word Daniel Bloodworth ever.
So you hadn't seen him, you just
Had
liked
not.
his resume.
Yeah.
Bloodworth owes you his life.
No.
Blood debt.
He'd be working at Nintendo.
Yeah, Bloodworth. Yeah, I stunted the man.
Yeah, you held him back.
Yeah.
It's really jealous.
Truth.
What's my first memory of Blood?
I don't know if I remember my first encounter with Bloodworth. I definitely remember, like, as an intern, just at the end of the day, he'd be like doing something in the library.
Yeah.
Just like cleaning up the
Oh,
library
yeah.
somehow.
Kneeling down somewhere.
yeah.
Looking
Going
through
through
shelves.
like different old boxed PC games. Yeah.
He was obsessed with the library.
I think I've told this story before. He was playing a racing game in the back, and he finished a race, and the leaderboard, his name was Bloodworth, and I was like, "Oh, you're a guy named Bloodworth in this?" And he goes, "That's my name, yeah." I was like, "Oh,
Alright. That's my name. Yeah.
From that day, you've always assumed someone's in-game name is their real name.
yeah." Because it seemed like
Yourself out there.
Bloodworth is a really cool like
It
race
is.
car driver name. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't remember my first encounter. I just remember also interning with Blood and just being like, all right, this guy, like, respect this guy. This guy will, like, listen to him, follow him, role model type person. Where it's like, all right, Bloodworth, what's going on?
I definitely got a ride or die sense out of Bloodworth. Like, this guy is going down with the shit. For sure.
Yeah. Intimidation.
Yeah.
First time.
Really?
Yeah. The thing I remember, one of the first things I did was, at the time, Rich Brown asked me to get some gameplay footage of some racing game, like a simulation racing game, so probably like NASCAR or something at the time, which either Blood was doing the review for or something, but he was out for that day. And I just remember Rich Brown being like, yeah, like, just don't screw around, you know, like, it's like, take it seriously and stuff. So it was like Blood's footage, and I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know how to play racing games like this, but I'll try my best.
Dude, capturing racing footage for Bloodworth's review?
That is so scary.
That is scary.
We can't use any of this.
I met Bloodworth
Deleted
when
from the Excel.
you were an intern at GT, and it was like the office. Everyone was gone, but he was there.
Yeah.
And he just started talking about The Witcher for a really long time, like Witcher 3 or something like that. I was like, dude, this guy really likes The Witcher. That was it.
It doesn't happen as much anymore now, but like it would happen where like Blood would get really into a game and you'd just be like doing something at your desk, and there wouldn't really be like a start to the conversation.
Yes.
Blood would just come and be like, "So this is what's happening to me in The Witcher 3."
Yeah.
He doesn't even give you that setup. He'll
The update.
just start mid conversation.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
like, so they killed the monster, and then I charged them more orans.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Witcher.
I cast
Okay,
the
okay.
spell on the baby, and then I'm like, what?
You did what,
Please steps
sir?
back, Blood.
Blood was on
Gotta
top
keep up.
of all of those Japanese trailers and stuff from the Wii days. Was on that Wii start of every week, grabbing every single video. You just see like them pop up in there, like being ready to post. It's like, that's a lot of videos, Blood. He's like, yeah, they're all important and stuff.
That's why he learned Japanese.
That's why he keeps the notebooks. He's logging every conversation.
Yeah.
And so,
So
he's
he
just
can
like,
just-
where did I leave it off with Ian?
Oh
yes.
yeah, right.
So,
My memory doesn't work like this. Anytime someone's like,
Yeah.
hey, remember a specific thing. I'm
I,
like,
I don't have one for you.
Yeah.
I don't have. Yeah.
I just
Sadly, I
came
don't
to be,
remember.
you know? Well,
I do
and
have
the
one for
way-
Damiani.
the
I,
way
I
that
always got one
things-
locked and loaded for Damiani. It wasn't the first time I met you, but it was like the next day or something.
The
You
way
gotta
that
save it for
things
later.
worked
I will.
at GT, it was, like we were segregated from that half of the business, kind of.
Right.
So Bloodworth was just some like weird writer dude that would sometimes give me work to do. So I remember probably just fear.
Fear and confusion.
Dude, I totally get that vibe. When I first started working, I was like,
boss.
he seems like Jones was technically the boss, but Bloodworth's the one I really gotta look out
It's
for.
like the captain. It's like the captain and the sergeant.
Yeah,
and
good
Blood
good
is the
cop, bad cop.
sergeant.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly, yeah.
It was funny because for us, like back at Game Trailers, like you or Shane or whoever was the boss, but not of us. Like
Right.
Bobby was the boss because technically we worked for Viacom, you know, not Game Trailers. So like we could just like we didn't have to take you guys all that seriously. We were just like, yeah, whatever.
There's definitely a time at Game Trailers where you'd like go from the writing area over to the editing area, and you'd be like, okay, I got a review for you to edit, and like the editors would just collectively be like, damn it.
Yeah.
would you ever pull straws or like roll the dice for who did something?
There became a pretty clear sense of like because Simone, they would give it to Simone, and then she would give it to
Divvy
us.
it up.
But it was very clear to most of us that it was like, if it was something that had to get done fast or well, they would give it to me. The B tier stuff they would give to like somebody else because they would take like 3 days intentionally to cut a review. Just to milk it. Because there were 14 editors.
Yeah.
So many.
There was definitely some milking going
Yeah,
on.
there was,
God.
there was almost like no such thing as a same day like review edit back in the day. That was like unheard
Until I
of.
showed up and ruined it for everybody.
We definitely did
Yeah.
some same day review edits.
Define was just you and Dawn, pretty much, right?
Yeah, they fired everybody else. I remember like AJ or whatever like talking about like how he had to like you would intentionally milk a cut. And I'm like, dude, these things take like an hour and a half. What the hell? He's like, yeah, but then they'll give you another one.
I feel like when I give AJ a review, he would just look like before the video even started, he'd just be like, "It's fine, right?"
Wait, which AJ?
AJ Locassi. AJ would always come
Oh
in
my
and
God.
he would show me. He would meticulously take parts of words from cutscenes of video games. Like, I remember he was cutting like a Harry Potter game or something.
I remember that edit specifically.
Meticulously spend hours taking out little slivers of words to make them say like really messed up, like nasty, perverted stuff to a beat. It'd be like this meticulous edit, this perverted, making Harry talk about like cunnilingus or something with Hermione or whatever, and then I'd be like, you know, you could have just cut the review in like 8 hours less than this took you.
I remember
He's
he
like,
showed
yeah,
me
but
one,
this
yeah.
is more fun.
He showed me one. I'm like, we can't post that, man. He's like, oh, I know. I was just, you know.
He did the coolest thing with like the first review I ever had him cut. He cut like a music video at the beginning of it for the intro. I was like, dude, this is awesome. But Shane's never gonna let that fly. But this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Overachiever.
Awesome. Seems like those videos would do well on YouTube.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we had the wrong idea.
We should have been posting those.
Yeah.
I do remember. It's a weird double standard though because they wouldn't let him post any. He made like 5 or 6 of those. They wouldn't let him post any of those, and then I was in the other room cutting like every sex scene from God of War into a video. That's like, all right,
I legit think that was the most viewed video at game trailers.
definitely up there.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Top
it was,
10 babes.
It was up there.
The
for
first,
sure.
second, or third time we did it.
What
Yeah,
about
those-
top
I tried
10
to
of
sabotage
man
that
babes?
video.
When they started
What
giving
did
me
we do?
booth
Did we
babe
do man
videos,
babes?
yeah.
We did Man Babes. Didn't perform too
And
well.
Silver Foxes.
What was
I
that?
started
Silver
trolling
Foxes.
the booth babe videos because they started making me cut those, so I started
One
trolling
of
them.
one of the God of War ones, like I tried to sabotage it. I tried to keep deleting the footage for it. So it wouldn't be made.
Was this ever found out?
No.
Wow, you heard it here.
So you would sneak in and delete the footage like late at night?
No, like literally when I would transfer it, I'd be there, and then I'd just like delete. Like this video should not exist. This is so
Dude.
bad.
There were some.
Then Rich would just go and capture it
Yo.
anyway, and I was like, no, Rich.
There were
Like,
some
don't do it.
pervy booth babe videos. Like some of the footage that I didn't use, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to jail just for looking at this. But yeah. What was the
Bloodworth-
initial
Bloodworth
trend?
Memories.
It was all
There we
about
go.
Bloodworth. All
Yeah.
about
Bloodworth
Bloodworth.
Bloodworth loved booth babe videos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Blood serious watching baby.
Blood would actually translate the booth bay videos into Japanese.
Right.
Blood, yeah. At least you get the impression of me,
Japanese
right,
subtitles
guys?
of baby videos.
Oh, God.
All right.
Is Bloodworth still in chat?
He
Not
said his
anymore.
phone had
That's a shame.
5% battery.
Oh,
He said, I can't watch this anymore,
dropped just in
guys.
time.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he'll watch the archive.
Our next
will.
question comes in from Ulf himself. Picture this scenario. You're invited to a dinner party. The only person the guests have in common is the host. The host is leading the conversation when she's suddenly called to the kitchen to help with something. An awkward silence settles over the dinner table. Sudden impulse forces you to break the silence by telling a fun fact or anecdote. What do you tell the guests? I feel like we just did all our fun.
Yeah.
Alright. We did.
Oh boy. Fun fact or anecdote.
Well, at a dinner party, the thing is, it has to be related to the situation, or you sound like a psychopath. So it has to be something like if someone like spilled a water, or like it has to be something related to what's happened in the dinner party.
I would just talk about the Super Bowl.
The what?
The Super Bowl.
Oh,
I don't got that.
I
as
would
an
probably
option.
talk about how anytime
Who
I'm
won?
in
Mahomes.
a Mahomes.
The halftime
is that
show.
the racist team?
What?
What?
Yes.
team is he on?
Yes, that is the racist team.
The Kansas City Chiefs
Yes.
Oh yeah, them.
is not the Washington Redskins.
Oh, the Redskins. Well, the
There are
Chiefs, though. The
degrees.
Chiefs still do the chop,
There are
right?
degrees.
Or is that just the Redskins that do that?
I don't know if they do the chop.
This is a good anecdote.
They
Yeah.
do the chop. I
Hey,
play a game
have you
every
watched
Super
Gotham?
Bowl
That's a good
Sunday where I try to not glimpse any football whatsoever. I failed it walking to a Whole Foods. I saw the game was on in a Mediterranean restaurant across the street.
Chad is confirming they chop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So.
I
I just
probably-
think of Men in
We
Tights.
got a great tweet reaction from it.
What was it?
A deleted tweet.
What? Tell me what the hell
Gosh,
you talking
Damian
about.
is-
Damian is getting political again.
Ah.
Here he goes.
I would talk about my favorite
know what's
Black Mirror
happening.
episode because anytime I'm at a dinner party, I think of that episode, The Entire History of You.
That's a depressing episode,
Yeah.
dude.
But that makes me think of dinner parties.
There is a dinner party in that episode. Yeah.
And that's what I'd bring up. Because that's a good episode.
Have you seen the movie Coherence?
No.
They're at a table in that. You'd probably like it.
This is
I like Dinner Table.
Yeah, this is the one where they...
Dinner Table
the
scenes.
asteroid
Maybe I have
goes
seen
in.
that.
That's a crazy
That's
movie.
a good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie on a shoestring budget.
Xander from...
Xander
is
from
in that,
Buffy.
Oh, maybe I
Buffy's in
have
that,
seen
yeah.
it then.
It's good.
I would just quote Miss Peacock from Clue.
No, yeah.
It's like, well, I can't do the line. I'm determined to enjoy myself.
Yeah. Yeah, at the beginning.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, this is delicious, isn't it? I'm just trying to
I'm
remember that. I gotta write that one
determined to
down.
enjoy myself.
I'll just pop it out and read it.
I think we should go check on the host in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's been murdered.
Well, I thought she
clearly.
was gonna come out and say that, like, oh, in your dinner is blah. What would be the thing you wouldn't want to eat?
I think
That
I
was a
hear her
huge
crying.
setup for
I think-
how would you break
yeah.
the ice?
I think she's crying.
Yeah,
Yeah. We should
that's what
check
you
on
would
her.
say.
Yeah.
You would say, okay.
Probably
Cyberpunk
I'd say,
is the-
how
Here
do
you
you all know the host?
I've seen
Yeah.
The Invitation. Same movie, Dinner Party. Same vibe.
Are you just talking to chat right now?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's just,
It's the new show.
he's got to butter them up
New show.
because then they give him insomniac stories.
Yeah.
So you know he's got
All the rumors.
Sources.
Give me all the rumors this
The
way.
humor.
Insomniac's making 38 different games according to chat. It's always Insomniac. That's why they call it Insomniac.
I feel like this has actually happened to me several times though, where like not necessarily at a dinner party, but at a public situation, if I like overhear somebody talking about video games, it's like I'm in. Otherwise, I am out.
It's tough. It's tough at Disneyland when I'm in line for something, and just like three guys behind me. They're like, "I don't know the thing about Breath of the Wild," and like I look at Amanda. She's like, "You really want to turn that conversation?"
Yes,
I'm like,
I've
"It's
had that
tough.
happen."
It's so tough. They'll get something wrong. They'll be like, "What's that developer?" Yeah, that guy. And I'm like, just gonna play Galaxy of Heroes. Just focus on it.
The last time Abby and I were at Disneyland, I would keep seeing like shirts, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's this," and Abby would just be like, "I don't even know what you're talking about."
I'll text you.
Do that pretty much every time I go.
I have a scheduling question for Kyle. No problem.
Oh, okay, cool.
This Q&A is off the rails.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good. Bring us back on.
Who's
All
got
right.
the question?
Our
Get
next
us on the
question is from Richard. Happy belated New Year, allies. It's time for the final Survivor horror.
It's too late.
It's too late. Too late for Happy New Year.
February.
Yeah.
Off
February.
the track
February.
again.
It's
Off
Happy
the rails
Valentine's
already.
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day.
Can't even go 30 seconds without getting off the rails.
Thank you to our $20 and up patrons for
AKA
asking
Dream
these
Say.
questions. It's time for the final Survivor horror survival. Why can't I say that? Survival horror design episode. After a tantalizing break, the Ribs is People returns for the finale. We've already molded the people. It's now time for the metaphysics. Would each ally kindly invent a location in this town? Make it as bizarre or straight creepy as you want, but we need to get truly abstract. I want you to more than just
Thursday.
invent the location. Stop it! You have to embody it. It's a character. Maybe you're an old library full of blank books. Maybe you're that convenience store that always had the weird, unplaceable smell. Maybe you're an ethereal forest clearing with Frank, the talking horse. Thanks again for all your suggestions thus far. We'll be moving on to another genre for future design.
Just because I love them, I really want an abandoned blockbuster.
That's a
Yeah.
Really want a blockbuster. I want to be exploring that blockbuster. I want to see old movies like cluttered in the corner, some old boxes. You know, that True Lies VHS box. We all want to look at that. We want to pick it up and examine it.
Dude, the TVs up here.
Yeah.
How cool are those?
One of them, just one is flickering.
Yeah.
We're showing some weird
Go one
thing.
step further.
Yeah.
Get that warehouse music back. Put on the headphones, listen to CDs with the
Warehouse
explicit lyrics
music,
warning.
yes.
While your parents are outside, like, yeah, here we go. We're gonna listen to this right now.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I remember.
Teach me some swear words.
I can't buy it, but I'm
me
gonna
some
listen to it
swear
in the place.
The doghouse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the size of this doghouse?
It's a big doghouse, but it changes every time. You go in the doghouse, it's one time. You come out, you've time traveled, you go back in, it's different. So different dogs have lived in this house, different owners have lived in the house that has the doghouse in the
Dude,
backyard.
this is good.
So yeah, it's a doghouse lost to time. Doghouse.
I like that. I like it, Drones.
Doghouse.
Doghouse. That's
This is a guy pitching his movie, just like Doghouse.
Doghouse. The S is a $sign.
Yes. Starring Sinbad. Doghouse.
Looks like he's
In the
in the
doghouse.
doghouse.
I guess like an emptied
What
out
you got?
swimming pool.
Okay.
That's
Next to
fine.
the doghouse?
Yeah, next to the doghouse. No, like a indoor swimming pool. Those are pretty creepy.
Oh.
It's just
Maybe
been-
both?
it's
Like
been
there's the
done
pools
so
that go
many-
inside and
It's
outside?
been done.
Been
It's been
done?
done, Kyle.
What?
Lately. I don't want to
Lately?
spoil it, but it just happened.
Wait, what?
The chat just told him.
Annihilation,
In a
Silent
movie.
Hills 1 and 2, or just 2. Annihilation did it.
A movie just did it a couple years ago, like 2 years ago.
There's an empty swimming pool and everything.
Okay, well then how about an empty indoor track?
Oh!
See, now that's new.
That's new.
That's kind of like
That
what I was
freaks
going to
me out.
suggest.
All right, an empty indoor track.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this like
I was once
BMX?
at a YMCA. I was once at a YMCA that had a second floor indoor track.
I've
This
been
thing
to
was
one of
really
those.
freaky.
Yeah.
So
I've been to one of
like you
those.
could see
Dude,
up and
yeah.
see people running around
Yeah.
the inside indoor track on the second floor.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it
love
was
this
a
because
college.
you think you see someone up there and there's no one there.
Yeah, and they're obviously moving.
You hear the
really
feet.
fast, too.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
you hear
Kyle.
them and then you look and there's nobody there.
Kyle's
Okay.
freaky.
All right, we got one. We got one.
Okay.
You can hear the water
Indoor
bottle.
pool played out. Indoor track, it's hot. Wired.
A monster truck arena.
Yes.
I like it. Like Bowser's from, or is that Wario's?
Wario
from,
Stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wario
Wario's.
Stadium.
Can it be the final boss room?
Yes.
I
Are you
wanna
fighting
fight-
a monster truck?
I don't know. I don't know. I just want the
Giant
final boss
monsters,
room.
Like
Yeah.
Twisted Metal
Yeah.
vibes, you know? You're like hiding underneath the jump.
You were
like,
said
shooting
that I
at
feel
it.
like Turok the dinosaur in your boss fight or something.
The old Defy building is really good.
This
a really
T-Rex
good
is coming
location.
out now.
What you need is like a house that when you go in it, it's like your house from when you were a child or something, but like no one acknowledges you. Like, or like
Wow.
your friends just like. The best stuff is where things are familiar but slightly off. You know? Like, insidious, like creeping in kind of vibe.
Like your bedside table clock is like gray instead of black or something.
Yeah, yeah. Just little weird things are wrong, and like you don't. And the danger is you forgetting and being stuck there. You know.
It's like Easy Allies. It's like kind of like Game Trailers.
Yeah.
It's a little off.
A little off.
Yeah.
A little worse.
It's like red and black instead of blue and yellow.
For the indoor track, the save room is the men's locker room, and it's completely normal. It's the only normal place, but it's
Wait, are
still
there-
very uncomfortable. Yeah, there's a lot of like older men who are taking showers.
Oh!
But so like that's the
Butt
save
naked.
room. Yeah, yeah.
You
Just,
have
like,
to. You
dry
gotta
off.
walk past them to save.
Yeah.
Just every time,
But one time you go in there and they're all just looking at you.
Oh yeah.
Nothing else is different. They're all just staring.
the
at you.
water's still running.
Yeah.
That freaks me out.
And then the next time it's back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just never
Putting their legs up on the
super
bench. Good.
comfortable.
When was the last time you were in a men's locker room?
A week ago? Ooh.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Were there weird old men there?
Yeah.
Have you been in a men's
I think
locker
that
room?
would
Yeah.
prevent me from.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
time when we were camping, we went to a public pool just to shower.
Just to shower?
Yeah.
You go camping?
It was a long time ago. It's like 4 years ago. It was 4 or 5.
I didn't like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were there weird old men there?
Always, dude. Always.
Really
Day and
specific in abandoned medieval times.
Nice.
That's good.
And
Nice.
there's like a night ghost wandering or
You can hear
something.
echoes like, the red dog.
Yeah. Hail to the king or something
That's
like that.
awesome. Just Jim Carrey walking around.
Yeah.
Did you see Adam Driver in the medieval
Yeah, that
times?
was funny.
It's a
I
good
did
bit.
actually, yeah.
Solid skit.
Yeah.
Good
I like it.
skit.
Hey, good skit. Hey, in just a couple years, I get to be that guy. I get to be the creepy old guy at Maybe in like a decade or so, I can pull it off. You think?
Wait,
20 years maybe?
I don't imagine.
When can I be the old guy in the locker room?
It's it's a matter of confidence as well, Jonesy.
Like I don't even want to work out at that gym. I just want to go to that gym
Just
to
have
be the guy.
zero self-awareness. Assume that
Right.
this
Assume
is your
you're like
domain.
in your house by yourself.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like the more you like spread out your legs, the creepier.
Well, yeah. The Uzi said that you gotta get the feet up on the on the bench.
flip flops.
I'm also a fan of the guy who does everything, like shaves, brushes his teeth, flosses, combs the hair, cuts the hair. It's just like he's there for an hour and a half just at one sink. The entire thing is like,
Okay.
wow.
Hey, that reminds me, I got a complaint against California. People at gas stations, which are always busy, act like they're the only person at the gas station.
Yeah.
So they'll go, and everybody's just waiting to fill up their tank.
Right.
And they'll spend like an hour talking on the phone, going in and some snack. Like, no, people are waiting to fill up their car. They got places to be.
It's like getting on the airport. It's like getting on the airplane. Everyone's like, oh, I gotta get into my seat. And then when they finally get to their seat to put the bag up, it's like,
Yeah.
They need timers.
It drives me
like-
insane.
come on.
Or starts buzzing really loudly when you take too long.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure. The mascot comes out. in a
Fucking
big outfit.
Thursday, dude. Thursday, an hour earlier. Are you cool?
I'm getting this back on track. We're not talking about Thursday until.
He's talking about a goddamn gas station.
until 5
Thursday.
p.m.
Thursday. Just say
But
yes.
everybody
Gas
understands.
stations are so played
Just
out.
say yes so I can respond. To the text.
Resident Evil 2, good
I
gas
frankly
station.
have no idea what we're talking about.
I'm so hyped for Thursday night.
Lethal
I see
Weapon
15
4,
gas stations.
Oh, get
Can
there
you
an
come
hour.
an hour early?
I was already signed up to do
Nope.
Fast Go on Thursday. And
Yes.
Top 10 gas
Yeah.
stations.
Sure.
Could be really. Island Wake has some excellent gas stations.
Top 10 real life gas stations. Like, not in a game.
Probably one in like Antarctica or like some middle of nowhere epic gas
Days
station.
Gone's got good gas stations.
You know?
Yeah.
Needed this.
Some like
Every
Oasis gas
Yeah.
station.
There's that cool gas station in Hollywood that looks like a transformer.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a cool
I
one.
don't know what you're talking about.
Like a bay transformer.
Hey, baby.
Like somebody's bay?
Our next question comes in from Raymond. Simple question: red or white pasta sauce?
Red.
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 White. I'm going
White for all the way.
Absolutely
What the
depends
shit?
what
I'm going
type.
white.
I like
White
both, but if
pasta
I have to
sauce.
choose,
Okay.
Sure.
I just like spaghetti and meat more than like an Alfredo.
I'm gonna- I'm gonna-
some
Yeah, like
Round
Alfredo's
that
a
thing
good
in
one, but
Parmesan.
like there's other white sauces.
Is
I'm that
that
guy.
the-
You're
I
at the
know
next
which white
table,
sauce.
and the Parmesan guy's at my table, and you're like, "Can we pick this up, please?" And I'm just like, "More Parmesan."
I'll let you know.
I can still
Drown
see
it.
the red sauce.
Drown it.
Yeah, pesto's better than all.
I want cheese with cheese sauce on it, and then sprinkle some cheese on that.
Go into a hibachi grill, the white sauce they give you is the
Something
best.
olive oil based, better as well.
This person put a pronunciation guide in their name, which I always appreciate.
Cool.
Shout out.
Sure, they are.
Varun Kechwaha. There was a moment I had playing Uncharted 4. A moment that just stunned me. It was the Madagascar level. I don't think I remember seeing anything looking that good on any system at that time. It blew my mind. But then, the physics in the level with the mud, water, and the car were what made the level more than just eye candy. It is a moment that has stayed with me to this day. What moment in this current generations of consoles, if any, made you think that the next generation had hit its stride?
That Jeep. Those Jeep.
Yeah,
videos were
that's a really good.
I forgot how much I
pick.
love the cable.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
cable was so
That
cool.
Jeep-
Like Jurassic Park vibes.
Yeah, very JP.
Hooking the cable.
Very good.
I was sold pretty early with the order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the order.
For sure.
Right.
That is a really good.
The order
2015. Let's get that sequel.
looked
Yeah, I was gonna say-
ridiculous.
The Order 1966.
Just being on that airship. I think it was when like Huber was walking through the airship and we're like walking by these seats.
And the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
The kitchen's a highlight.
Yes, yeah.
It's all shiny in there. It was it was pre-ray tracing.
Pre-ray tracing. This is pre-ray tracing.
Baked in, yeah.
I felt that way with The Witcher 3 quite a few times. Even just in White Orchard.
Did you
how
play it
good
on
looked.
PC?
No, I originally played it on Xbox One.
Oh.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3.
Yeah,
This
that looks
generation.
good.
This
This
generation.
I don't care. Talk about last gen.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
When he was playing
Answer some
Metal
other
Gear
question. That's
Solid 4
fine.
on
Yes.
I play
Bloodborne
everything
also.
on PC
was-
this gen, so.
Okay. Man, Order 1886 is the right answer though.
Yeah,
So,
that was
next
crazy.
It
Yeah.
definitely looked really good.
Yeah.
There are parts of Infamous Second Son for me too that like hit really hard.
yeah, like the particles and stuff.
Yeah, when he would go up in the air and then smash
Yeah.
down, it's like, oh, this is all really happening. This is
Horizon looked really good.
Yeah.
Sure.
I remember we were in a hotel, and you had brought Horizon.
Yes.
And I remember just going like, man, that grass looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, the grass and Horizon definitely was one. And we were like not playing on a good TV.
That was a terrible TV.
Yeah.
Call of Duty World War II had a scene where you talk to a guy in a room with a fireplace.
This HDR, I knew you
and
were
it was
going to bring this up.
HDR.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I was like, whoa, HDR lighting. That was like, I remember that's a big moment. And I always think back to that. I'll never forget that moment. It was just a really good visuals.
I feel like I know that I have one, but I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat said Alien Isolation. I think that's a good pick too.
That one did look really good.
Jones, what'd you Google, dude?
Just looking at 2013.
Oh, okay.
Just in general.
I'm just looking at the just what games came out that year. Because
Last of Us GTA 5, 2013.
but those were last year.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you know, Black Flag. I was just talking about Black Flag on the showcase on Xbox One. It was like, oh my goodness, but that was, you know, upres. The war.
Our next question comes in from Jesse. Hello, allies. I am very much looking forward to the 4th anniversary celebration in March and getting ready to start planning my trip. One of the reasons is because, though I have never in my life been to Disney and never before had any interest in going, I'm actually excited to spend the day there with you, allies. Growing up low income with 4 other siblings meant family vacations were mostly spent at my grandparents' trailer in upstate New York instead of at attractions, theme parks, or national landmarks. I always felt Disney was too overhyped, especially now as an adult with a child of my own. There must be some things the park has to offer that, since I'm making my way all the way to the coast, I should fully experience. What is something at Disney that I absolutely shouldn't miss out on? A show, a food, an attraction. But here's the twist. You can't pick the same thing as another ally. You have to go in order alphabetically by last name. Okay.
Somebody text Bloodworth.
Bloodworth.
So then it would be Jones? No.
No.
I'll take it.
Bossman,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
BLBO.
I can't do our last names.
This to me has always been a pillar of Disneyland. It's just like the core of it, the heart of it. You must see Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. The whole end.
Ever since the 50s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was the glue.
Since Walt Disney
Yeah.
foresaw
Legitimately
Star Wars.
my favorite part of Disneyland.
There's a museum where you can see Walt Disney planning it, you know, and behind the scenes.
Just stupid little
Yeah.
illustrations, yeah.
When they were pouring concrete. God, it makes me weep. It's good though.
Somebody in chat post
Good,
our
put it on the
names
list.
in alphabetical order, please.
Damiani.
No, you're
Yeah, and then it's
or
Brad.
Damiani.
Damiani.
Oh, yeah.
D.
Alphabet.
I think Damiani's last name is his first name.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh.
Damiani Damianicus.
Comma Michael.
I don't know. Most of the stuff I love there is no longer there.
Like
Like
what?
what?
Wow.
The people mover?
Tower or OG Tower Terror is not
Right?
there anymore.
It's not Disney.
Disney World.
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Disney.
Not California.
Not California.
Sorry.
You can only buy one ticket.
Choose
Go on
something,
a
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah.
choose something even if it seems like trendy
Do
or
they do it
normal.
here?
They've
I
never
mean,
been there.
And after all the stuff that came out, before I used to love Captain EO.
Thanks.
But,
Nice.
yeah.
Captain EO was dope.
Yeah.
Captain EO was your favorite part of Disneyland.
It's one of the most awesome things.
It's your favorite part. When you went home that day, you were like, my
I
favorite
hated,
part
like,
was.
I hated Space Mountain because it was all dark. It was not fun. All the good stuff. I mean, all my favorite stuff was at Disney
Turn the lights
World.
on. Space
All right.
Disney World.
Yeah.
But like, not even at World, I get Epcot. So it's like, yeah, Disneyland is kind of like Pirates. Sure, I'll just say Pirates.
Good
There you
answer,
go.
though. Really
Yeah.
good answer.
We got to get through these before our names in alphabetical order gets moved off of chat.
Brad.
My turn. Haunted Mansion.
Damn it.
Damn it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Brad took mine.
Got him.
But yeah, that one for sure. Okay, so if he took that one. What's my other favorite thing?
There's so many.
Space?
There's so many good things.
Space. Something with space.
I like Space Mountain. If it's Hyperspace Mountain, that's pretty dope. Dude, Haunted Mansion is like my everything.
Yeah,
Haunted
Haunted Mansion is
You know
a
what? I could
must-go.
pick a different one.
Everything.
I could
That's
pick a
okay.
different one.
No.
It's all right.
It's been got, so it's
Got a
covered.
lot.
It's covered.
Do you want Pirates? I'll pick something else.
No. I'm thinking through Disneyland in my head.
The Fast and the Furious ride.
No, they
That
took
is
that
so
out.
bad.
Mommy ride?
Universal.
The worst ride.
It's
You
like
like
the
that?
Fast and Furious
Is it
thing.
like the submarine ride?
Is that
You
just on the
like
back
Nemo?
lot?
Oh, God,
What?
no.
Is that just on the back lot?
Which
Fast
one?
and Furious?
Oh,
I still
I
haven't
don't
done
know.
that.
Yeah, they even do 20,000 Leagues Under Sea. No.
It's funny Nemo. Though.
Alice in
Yeah.
Wonderland's kind of high.
That's a good ride.
Yeah.
That's
It's a good ride.
Wait, did they update it here or
Yeah.
just in World?
They put the 4K
Yeah.
Oh,
projector
okay.
stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Projectors.
Haunted Mansion though.
You go in, you go out, then back in.
Oh my
Pretty
god,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's all good.
You like Indiana Jones?
Oh wait, Phantasmic.
Sheesh.
Phantasmic.
Hold on.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Phantasmic. Watch
cool.
Phantasmic.
Great. Nice.
I like it.
Classic.
Good, a good way to wrap up the evening.
Can I? Mine is like one thing, but there's a couple things within the one thing. Can I say all this?
Yes.
We're
I
not
mean, he
super
chose the
serious.
whole
Please
land.
say Disney.
Cool. One of my favorite things in Disneyland is the food. So make sure you get the corn dogs on Main Street. Make sure you get the Dole Whip outside of Adventureland. Make sure you get Bengal barbecue.
Yeah.
Bengal barbecue.
Right next to
Do
Indiana Jones.
not
Good veggies.
forget
Good veggies.
those words.
Where do
Yeah.
you get
Just
Bengal
had bad
barbecue?
Right
barbecue sauce, though.
outside of Indiana Jones.
Right across from
Okay.
that.
Bengal barbecue. Also,
Okay.
if you want some sweets on your way out, honeycomb from Main Street.
Dude,
Wow.
now I want to go to Disneyland just
Or
for
churros.
churros.
Sounded
Go
legit.
for it. Churros.
Churros.
But you get churros are a good afternoon.
Yeah.
Churros are good
Afternoon
anytime, dude.
What's the place? I
All
went
right.
with Jimmy Good to. A
Jones,
place
I don't know if you
restaurant.
have any suggestions, but
My
wearing a design shirt.
my suggestion's always the same. Matterhorn, because it's
Yes.
not it's not anywhere in the
Great
world.
pig, dude.
It's like
Matterhorn
shut
is-
down
it's
every
the
time I
only-
go there though.
It's the only park in the
Because
world
people
that has
get
it.
hurt on it all
Oh,
the
it's
time.
closed.
People keeps killing people.
That shit is rough.
And go on the left side.
Actually, yeah, that was the real one.
If you
Thunder
unbuckle
Mountain
your
was
seatbelt,
really
you will not
nice.
survive that
Yeah.
ride. You will go flying into
You
a bridge.
will die.
But go on the left. You can. There's two sides to it. The left side's a little
Goofy's
bit
Kitchen's at
I
the.
love you guys.
Isn't that at the hotel?
better. Goofy's Kitchen
Thunder
is at the
Mountain,
hotel.
baby.
Yeah.
Nice try.
There is a Goofy. There's a Goofy.
Oh.
I think Goofy's like. There's something in Toontown that's Goofy. I think it's
It's
like
not
Goofy's
Goofy's
house. or,
Kitchen,
like-
though.
I think there's like
Roger
a Goof.
Rabbit. That's a Disneyland special.
Is
That's
that
not
still
at
around
Road.
there?
Hey, Roger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah, that thing breaks down all the time too.
Yeah.
That's like the one
Remember
Toontown.
That's a
Universal
line.
did
The only
Ghostbusters
Toontown.
show?
Yeah.
Is always way longer than it should be.
Yeah.
Toontown closes at 8.
Remember
so
the
you gotta get
Terminator
there.
2
And we.
thing?
I'm not the last one.
We got Ben.
Yeah,
Ben.
All right.
I love the Indiana Jones ride.
Nice.
Nice.
Such a good pig, dude.
That one breaks down too.
Well,
Has that
the
been
parts of the
changed
rides
at all,
don't
or
work.
is
Like
it
the
still
fire
good?
might not be
Yeah.
running,
Patched it up
or
over the years, I think.
Got it.
There are definitely elements that I remember from previous ride times on that aren't working.
there's like a ghost that lights up at one point. There's like a scrim with a ghost image on it, and sometimes it doesn't light up. It's just like
Hey, man.
the jet of fire. I get not working, but like
A light switch.
You
The
just-
intern that runs it just forgot.
Just forgot.
I love the dark hallway with the log out of with the branch of rats that's out of nowhere. There's no tree.
I feel like this is a show.
attached to it. It's just like
Jones
some random
breaks
ass
down what's
hallway.
wrong with every ride.
That ride's so
I
good.
love that. Yeah.
That ride is so good.
Hey,
I would love a Jones Disneyland show.
best thing they had that they got rid of too quickly: Alien Encounter.
Dude,
It was never here though. We
it
never
wasn't
got
here. It
it.
was
Yeah,
in World.
that
We need that though. Alien
Close
Encounter's
Encounters
dope.
It was so awesome.
Extraterrestrial.
They changed it to Stitch. It's okay.
Dude, that I
Alien
love.
Encounter's so good
I
though.
love.
I actually
that.
got to go on OG Alien Encounters.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah, me
the,
too.
the blood trick. Such
Oh my
an
God.
easy trick. You hear a guy above you get murdered, and then they
Crunch,
just drop
they
water
just
on you.
drop-
And you're like, oh,
But it's all dark. Wait, that ride takes place half in the dark.
That's cool.
Totally.
Yeah, but it's
dark.
not like a
completely
roller
pitch black.
coaster. The reason I hate
It's
Space
an emotional
Space
roller coaster,
Mountain is
Donnie,
because it was in the dark in a roller coaster, and the first time I went on it, I had an older person with me, an uncle, who was scaring the shit out of me, telling me like the ride never ended and stuff. We're gonna fall forever. So I was like a little 3-year-old like,
scaring
scared.
My uncle had told me this ride never ends. And I'm like, yeah!
No, like it goes down forever, and you never stop falling.
I gotta remember that one.
That's good.
But
Cool,
Tower of
interesting to
Terror
say.
in World is. I wish they.
It's so much better. It was,
Oh,
that was
God.
better than ours when we had Tower of Terror.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is a gigantic building. Good ride.
Yeah, it's got.
It's still there.
This one doesn't.
Please don't move.
Yeah, please don't reskin it.
I don't know if you guys are ready for this next question.
I'm ready to keep talking about Disneyland, but we
Yeah.
gotta move on.
Comes in from Master Pants. Who of you can we permanent marker down to play Daily Fantasy Star Online 2 with Ben?
Ben.
Daily?
That's the question
I promise
as written.
nothing.
I
Your
know.
cat.
No.
I can't daily play any game. I can barely daily eat, you know?
Same.
It's
Say
like-
my
Real,
heart
bro.
wants to, but my head is with Boston Mariners. You know.
Man.
How about just like, can we permanent marker like once in a while?
100%.
All right,
Pencil
once
in.
in a while.
I have a strong hunger to like get back on some MMO, man. I love it so much.
Jones, what if I told you there's a spot open this Friday? We got one spot, highly contested.
For even one spot, it's like a 5-person team.
It's
or
a
like what?
4-person
We have
team.
three.
Oh, okay. I gotta get dust off my Xbox.
Yeah, we're playing on Xbox, right?
You have to.
Okay, I gotta get this thing downloaded.
Yeah, 70 gigs,
Yeah,
guys.
start
70
this
gigs.
like when I get home.
Free up some space.
Holy crap.
So Jones is playing daily. Good to know. Next question comes in from Joey. I let my 4-year-old daughter play games. Am I a terrible father? I just want to bond with my daughter by sharing my favorite hobby with her. Side note, she beat Mario Odyssey. Her go-to character is Venom for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. And she played Snipper Clips for 85 hours.
Nice.
Okay, maybe letting her play Snipper Clips for 85 hours is going a little overboard, but it's kind of educational, maybe.
How old is she?
She is
Depends
4 years old.
Depends on how long it took her to play.
She's got skills.
No, man.
This is gonna sound
That's
like
sweet.
insane for me to like give parenting advice, but like just have conversations with her about it.
Right.
Like ask her what she liked and didn't like, and what she thinks will happen with this, and what could happen with this. And so as long as you have engaging conversations and make sure that she's thinking about the games as she's playing with them, heck yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
I just generally treat it as like a reward. It's like, okay, we're gonna do games. We're gonna do this fun thing, and not just like, well, it's another day living as a human being. We have to play 4 hours of video games. You know, like if you frame it, it's like this is a fun activity we're doing.
Yeah.
Remember, my mom always said that about Cokes. She's like, when I was a kid, Cokes were dessert. I was like, cool, Mom.
I would love to see a young Brandon Jones say, cool, Mom.
Cool, Mom. Yeah, I was real edgy around my mom. I promise. No, okay. No, man, games rule. And man, there's so many fun games. I just like making a Mario Maker level, you know, with a kid. Like, a lot of fun opportunities.
There was a Switch.
Do you
out
just
on there.
invite random kids to your house to make Mario Maker levels?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Just thought of like 8 jokes I shouldn't make.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
We all did good there. We all did
Yeah,
good.
we did good. Jones tempted us with his insane statement.
that's bait.
That's bait. A little carrot on a stick. Yeah.
That's bait.
That's control.
Next question comes in from Angelo. Hey, Alice, let's play a reverse Kill Your Babies. I'll call it
Nice.
Live Your Nightmares.
Oh.
Each ally...
I thought we got
Way
to
ahead
save
of you,
babies.
bud. Way ahead of you.
Each ally in turn names a horrible game that they would hate to play. Then the group has to eliminate each game that was so named until only one remains.
Okay.
Last game remaining will be the only game people are allowed to play for the rest of their lives.
Are these real life
Not
games
even
that
a year.
exist?
It's wow. Hard.
The way I see it, your objective should be to pick the lesser evil game. Yes.
Okay, these games exist.
Okay, so we have to go in order. We're going to go in last name alphabetical order,
Okay.
which
Chat.
means Kyle is first.
All right. BioShock.
Okay.
Okay,
How
and
did
Brad?
we start?
Desert Bus.
Ooh,
Oh,
good
damn.
one. Nice.
The hell is Desert
Me?
Bus?
Just
Yeah.
you're really just
Pretty sure
driving
it's
a
you.
bus to
Um,
Las Vegas for like 8 hours.
That's the game.
Yeah.
But like, there's nothing
But
cool to
you,
look at.
it lists to the right or left, so you can't just let it sit there. You have to like correct every so often.
Oh, you
Oh,
said-
Damiani. I skipped Damiani.
It's a Penn and Teller
any
game.
game ever.
It has to be a game you hate.
Oh, yeah, Superman 64.
There you
Okay.
go.
That's a good one.
All right.
I don't know. E.T.
Nice.
Yep. Candy Crush.
Cuber.
Man, I don't know.
A game you would hate to play right now.
What do I not want to play?
This game. Right
Talos
here.
Principle.
Yeah,
this
this.
game that we're playing.
Yeah, can I say Kill Your Babies?
Yes.
I despise Kill Your Babies.
Yeah, you can say Kill Your Babies.
Kill Your Babies.
Well, I know it's saying.
Sorry, Huber.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's good from chat.
Now,
it?
you said Candy Crush,
Candy Crush.
and Ben has to do what?
Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh.
Yeah, just replayed it. It wasn't as bad as I remember.
I hate it.
So, we have to pick a game that we want to play then out of them.
Yeah.
Okay, BioShock.
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 Easily the best.
Evil is defeated! We gotta take our time.
I don't think
You
that's
know what I
even
mean? We gotta do all the puzzles.
Bioshock!
Just put the sound off.
I
Kyle.
want you all to play Bioshock so you realize how not good it is.
Kyle, I played
Bioshock. Is it a remaster? Can
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
be
Yes.
PS4?
Yeah.
It's like
Plus,
free this month.
dude,
It's free
yeah.
this month.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll happily play
Yes. I was gonna
Bioshock.
stream
5 days ago.
Yeah.
Next week from Thursday, Bioshock.
There it is.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do the Bioshock
Yeah.
playthrough? The
Yes.
Bioshock playthrough?
We don't have to play the whole thing. At
No, we
least
have
2
to play the
hours
whole-
of
we
Bioshock.
have
If you
play the
play
whole
it, you
thing.
gotta play the whole thing. Do you know
Yeah.
what you're getting into?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I love
And
that.
keep in mind, the next day you've got a Phantasy Star Online 2 stream you gotta get to.
That's right, baby.
You coming in? Is everybody coming in for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rim streams.
That's right.
Do we have 3 lovers?
Next question comes in from John Kimball. Hey, Alice, I have a quick question for y'all.
Detective John Kimball?
Detective John Kimball? I was gonna say the same thing.
It's not the Tuma.
Please write your preferred name.
Oh, yeah, sure.
John Kimball.
Detective
John
John
Kimball.
Kimball, yeah.
John,
What, who's that?
Kindergarten Cop.
From what?
Cop, you
Kindergarten
idiot.
Cop.
Oh.
Detective John Kimball.
John Kimball.
Kyle got that before all of us. Shit, man.
Now maybe we'll
That was,
in
can
a
you make that
story.
sound again?
Probably not.
Oh, man. That was really
I
good.
nailed it. I'm not going to try again.
Hey, Alice, I have a quick question for y'all. How would you rank the Soulsborne games from best to worst? Do we have to do it collectively? Mine is BB, DS3, Sekiro, DES, DS1, DS2.
Wait, what was the number one there?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is number one?
He ranked.
correct number one.
Okay, I should say the actual
DS3
thing.
was ranked really high. I don't think we can have it there.
Dude, what?
I think DS2 is
Dark
really
Souls
good.
3 is
Dark
like one
Souls
of
3
the
is
best.
pretty good.
It's a top three?
Easily.
It's probably third best.
Bloodborne's number one.
Yeah,
The,
Yeah.
the
we can go Bloodborne.
Souls is 3-1-2, right? 3-1-2.
1, 3, 2.
I like one more than three. I mean, I love three.
Oh, okay, 1
but
3 2.
That's okay. Yeah.
I would go Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Demons, 3, 2.
I think 3's better than Demon Souls.
But just Demons gets the edge for me because it was like
New.
so revolutionary and wild. But
Yeah.
3 is much easier to play.
I think, oh man, I
Nameless
would probably put
King.
Demon Souls above Dark Souls 3, but I could totally see it.
This
Dark
is the
Souls
problem when
3
you're
has
trying to
Nameless
rank
King,
tens
Demon
amongst
Souls
each
does.
other.
I definitely
Demon Souls
think
is Sean's favorite, right?
I
Dark
definitely
Souls
think
3
Dark
is such a
Souls 2
robust
is the worst.
Sean's like,
Dark
no,
Souls 2
Demon
is
Souls.
for sure the bottom
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is the worst one.
because it's a 9.
I would probably rank Sekiro number one, but
Ooh.
I'm okay with Bloodborne being number one too.
Yeah, I'm okay with Bloodborne being number one.
All right.
Same.
Nice.
I like DS2
Thank
as
you.
well.
We like DS2, but
yeah.
it's our least
We love
favorite.
DS2.
Correct.
10, 10, 10, 10,
Yeah.
9.
That's one of my favorite boss fights of all time.
0.5.
Dark Souls 2.
0.5.
10, 10, 9.9.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
9.98.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very good.
1,000 points.
You just
That's
subtract from
Dark
10
Souls.
every game that you go down.
That's
Cool.
right.
Did we do it?
Cool.
I think
We
we
did
did
it.
Okay.
Definitive list.
The next question comes in from Carl. Hi, allies. If you could, please rate each other's mugshot that was used for Huber's Prison of Love.
I don't remember
I
that.
think Ian's was my favorite.
I looked like
Ian
I
had
was
a
like
really good one.
Yeah.
I think Ian's was
I was going to bring him up, but you're right.
Like-
That was Ian, yeah.
sexually. It was like weirdly sexual.
It was very
accidentally.
sensual.
Like, I was like, what?
That's your vibe.
You're
man.
I was like, do it.
Throw him
I
in
was
prison.
like,
Take me to prison.
sent me the thumbnail and he was like, that was the face you gave me. And I was like, all right.
That was
That was the face you gave me.
Yeah, it was Ian's.
Yeah, Ian's was the best.
Good thumbs up.
Yeah, they're fun thumbnails. Good job, Bloodworth.
Yeah, Bloodworth.
Good job, Bloodworth.
Bloodworth!
Can't keep the tires on
he
his
can't
car,
hear
but
you.
he makes a good thumbnail.
That was
Out of control.
Off the rails, dude.
Oh,
Off the
boy.
ride. Walking around.
Next question comes in from Liz. Hello, Alice. Happy 2020. I am personally transitioning out of my current career, education, and am finding myself excited but also terrified of what comes next.
Yeah.
Should lightning forbid the Allies venture no longer be an option for you, what alternate career paths do you imagine for yourself?
Lightning forbid.
Love that.
Yeah.
Homelessness?
Oh. It was a career path.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You're
definitely
working on it.
I definitely keep my foot in the door at Viacom as a backup plan.
Mhm.
I guess I would do music or writing or try to direct movies.
Yeah, in all seriousness,
Sick.
writing.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'd want to do something at a game studio. I don't know what, though.
I have 8 dreams of like 8 things that I want to like make in my life. Like one of them is like be a toy designer.
That's an awesome dream.
Like one of them is to be a T-shirt designer. And like one of them is to like
Big.
what?
Like Tom Hanks and Big.
Did he have 8 dreams?
No, I mean,
the
he made
toy
toys.
designer thing.
Oh,
became
heck
a
yeah.
Like
toy
real,
designer.
like how
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
that
yeah.
was.
You're like,
Yeah.
these are my 8 dreams. One of them is to be a toy designer. One of them is to get away with murder. One of them is to be a T-shirt.
Yeah, I won't tell you all the 8 dreams, but yeah.
You can make t-shirts. I make t-shirts. Make t-shirts.
No, but I want it to be like a line.
You could do
Like
that.
Drake.
You could do that.
Wait, what?
Drake, just draws an owl and makes thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
But step 1 though is be Drake.
Yeah. I think that might be the proper order of the events. Yeah.
Like Bieber has a clothing line that's just like smiley faces, I guess.
And it
It's like-
works. Yeah.
I heard Bieber's new song. It's hilarious.
Is it hilarious?
Is it
Good?
supposed to be hilarious?
Are you a
I mean, the
believer?
lyric is like,
You're a believer?
"You're yummy yum. You're yummy yum. You're yum." That's the.
It's
That
like
sounds right
10
in
years
line
too late
with
for me to do
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
could you do that for me one more time?
No. I want
What did he pick,
to.
Kyle?
I'd want to host a game show
Attention.
or race cars.
Race
cars.
What if you did a race car game show?
Dude, that'd be so sick.
Where people are
But I'm
racing
too old
cars
now.
while they're
Yes.
answering
While they're
trivia.
answering trivia.
The
Yes.
reaction
That's a really
speed.
good idea.
And they're just like,
So it's like
I'm too
it's
old to race
like
cars.
Quidditch. There's different
Missed
points
it.
you can get. If you win the race, that's just a set of points. But if somebody can lose the race but win and get enough questions right that they actually won.
like Quidditch. Is that what you said?
Sounds dangerous.
I need a Huber Street Racing anime. I need a Huber Street Racing anime. That's a good suggestion, chat.
Very good
Chad, it's
suggestion.
okay. Huber forgets about mysterious monsters all the time.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm saying it needs a real game
If
show.
it
Went
went
down,
Dude,
man.
what?
The question is if Ezeala has went down.
Right, yeah.
This
I can't do
is
sell it to
Mysterious
Netflix.
Monsters after.
this entire Q&A, you like dumped a bunch of gasoline on, lit a match, and then walked out the door. It's great.
I have a good idea. Don't let me forget not to text Don later.
Do it
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Okay, I'm texting Don right now.
So wait, weren't you complaining to him about doing things that were not today on a
That's
Thursday?
really into the question,
Yes.
Now you're texting Don.
That's I didn't want to
That's
text
some
Don.
hypocrisy right
didn't
there.
wanna
Just text
I
the
didn't
God
want to
without
text Don.
saying anything.
No, because then they think that I'm distracted.
Just
But I
text
just had a good
God.
idea.
You already are distracted.
Okay,
Just
forget
tell
about
us
it.
the idea.
Forget about
Next
it.
question.
It's like Busted Trifecta, except it's like Initial D. Like we're playing Initial D. It's like Huber's like winning races and losing races.
That board game?
Yeah. No. Is Initial D a board game?
No.
There's
Oh.
a
I'm sure
there
there might be a
car,
version.
There is a car racing board game with D in the title. I've played it. Chat, help me out. Formula D? Is that what it is I'm thinking of? Must be Formula D.
Okay.
Our next
Formulate.
question
Yeah.
comes in from
Just
I
pitch,
Sanchez.
just pitch him.
Pitch it.
Think about it, Don.
What do you wish to improve for 2020? Keeping the
I
Q&A
play
on
with
track. When does Phase 5 start?
Yeah.
Will Jones stop teasing us with news and Cup of Jones? Jones is a teaser.
Sorry, who wrote this?
I Sanchez.
All right.
Jones can't
swinging
not
here.
tease.
Will
It's
Jones
full
stop
of it.
teasing us with news and Cup of Jones? Obviously, this is all in good fun to start the year. Wish you guys the best.
No, I will not.
Jones does more teases than I'm
My
comfortable
goal
with.
for 2020, more teases.
Jones has leaked and teased things.
One tease per
I have
episode.
found out about things from Twitter
Yep.
through Jones saying things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear that I accidentally leaked your?
I
I'm sorry.
did.
I'm
I
sorry.
did see that. But it sounds like we're doing Bioshock instead.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're gonna just play Bioshock next Thursday.
Oh, you leaked the.
We're gonna
what
make
they were
we're
play
gonna
on the
make
stream.
Bioshock.
Didn't know it was a secret.
That'd be sick.
I mean, you two
I thought you
talked
guys
about
told-
it on the stream.
Yeah, I
but
thought you guys have talked about doing
in
dreams
Silver
forever.
Squad.
Yeah, I didn't specify it as a secret because it was not a big secret.
I would love to do more quick game coverage. We've talked about this. Just be able to cover games quickly and
Right.
talking about them, not necessarily having to wait till like a frame trap to talk about a game or something.
Like Animal Crossing's preloaded with that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's something where like I think Blood and I posted at the same time. We were like, we should probably come back that Monday or after
Mhm, yeah.
that game comes out and talk about it. Like, because that review's gonna take a while.
The after a weekend thing is something that
Yeah.
we really want to start putting into practice
Yeah.
when we can. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I think though calling it Phase 4 was because of Marvel's Phase 4. I don't believe there will ever be something we call Phase 5.
Can we do like a Platinum 4?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we just change one of the words every time we have a new phase.
Dude,
It's always 4.
We
Yeah.
could just do Project Luminous. That's the new like Star Wars thing.
Oh,
What?
God.
That's our next phase, Project Luminous.
Luminous
Yeah.
Engine.
Oh, is that?
Luminous
Oh, okay.
Luminosity.
So
Yeah,
Sure.
plus.
Yeah, it won't be called Phase 5.
Yeah, yeah,
Something
Phase
else.
EZA Plus.
Yeah.
EZA Plus.
Wait, so for the Bioshock stream, Kyle has to play.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is that like we're talking about Stream Dreams next week, and Kyle's like, "Well, you could do this," and I'm like, "I'm not doing anything. I just played Silver Squad. You're doing. You get the controller.
You're in one.
I don't want to play Bioshock.
That's why it's good.
that's why it's good.
That's why
Yeah.
it's good.
okay. All right.
We'll see.
Yeah, he just played like for months.
We're playing on easy.
18 episodes.
The game's easy
Yeah,
on
this guy-
normal.
18
Yeah, the game's
times
pretty
2
easy.
is what?
I wouldn't
So
do
much.
that.
I don't want to I don't want it to push me.
I'd
anymore.
play too.
It's entertaining.
I don't want to be pushed by that game.
You want a walking
Well,
simulator?
if we were to do
Yeah,
Final Fantasy, we're playing the whole thing, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
God.
just so excited for that. Oof.
The next
Gonna be good
question
year.
comes in from James.
Would you kindly play Bioshock, Kyle?
Salutations, allies. Before I get into the question, I really want to emphasize that I respect and have enjoyed Souls-like games, including the Dark Souls games themselves, Bloodborne and Sekiro. I understand they provide immense satisfaction after you slay an almighty foe through perseverance and diligence.
But
Diligent digital diligence.
However, I am struggling to see why these games deserve so much hype and acclaim, because when you get right down to it, the formula they undertake gets tiresomely rote with procedural block, attack, and dodge idiosyncrasies, as well as their relative inaccessibility, because only the hardcore gamers will likely have patience for these games. I just don't see how they can be so amazing when they are so shallow. Please, could you give me a bit of reasons to
Well, he
think
just kind of
about it?
contradicted himself. He said it's difficult for people to get into how deep it is, but then it's shallow. Like,
But that's so
how can a game be shallow
it's too
if it's
deep to
that
get
difficult?
into?
If it's that difficult,
Yeah.
I stopped playing Sekiro because it was just too dense.
Mm.
It was just like
Too much going
Yeah.
on.
what I mean, like, I think what they mean by shallow is that what you do, your set of tools is simple.
Because you're not like enough oils to put on your blade.
Yeah, because you don't
Okay.
have stupid video game trash to do, but like,
Yeah.
that's what makes it deep is because you have to increase
I
your
mean,
skill.
a lot of the other games, there's like so many weapon types and builds you can do.
Yeah.
Different paths you could take with quests.
Yeah, it's just a false.
There's a lot of
state.
stuff. Yeah, that's a. I don't really understand that.
This question blows my mind because, from my perspective, like there have only been like 20 good games ever, and like all the FromSoft games are like on there.
At least 20% of that is from South.
Yeah,
Right.
And so it's like it's so funny to me.
I think this person's trying to rile us up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
course.
I mean,
I think that I was successfully riled.
not to be disrespectful to this question asker, but I really hate the reductive kind of arguments, because if you really want to, you can be easily reductive about anything. Like,
Right.
you can just say, like,
Right.
oh, this game is just stats. Like, oh, this game is just going and picking things up. Like, oh, this game is just walking. Like, yeah, games are repetitive by design, and it is easy to focus on maybe like the one or two biggest aspects of them, but that doesn't really give you a thorough picture of what they're actually like and why people respond
Yeah.
to them.
That's like breaking down a platformer, being like, oh, you push right in A.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? There's nothing fun about
It's
that.
like breaking down a book by saying all you do is read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's okay.
yeah,
Like,
Bloodborne for me was like
But it's-
snowboarding. It was like I just was like I think I gotta give this up. I don't think. And then like man, when that clicked, like
That's a good analogy.
oh,
That's a good analogy.
it was so crazy. And as somebody who skied for a really long time, it was like now this mountain looks different. This is so insane.
Yeah.
And
Let's go
yeah, so enjoy Souls through me, because I was not a fan. You can go back to GT. I don't know if that stream survived, or you can watch me play it with
Sloan King
Ryan
does it.
Stevens. And like I remember one of my favorite things about the stream that like I still crack up because I don't make that mistake now. But I chose this is the original Dark Souls, and there was some build that you could do that you had extra Estus. Estus is souls, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And so I jump into the game, and I'm like, okay, what are the buttons? And I healed myself right away because I'm just trying the face buttons. And Ryan was like, oh, you just used your thing. And I'm like, okay. Again, it's like that was frustrating as a game. That was just like, you pressed the circle button, idiot. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to learn how to play the game. And so like that game was so frustrating to me. But like, my God, when it clicks, like when that stuff. And that's the thing is like I didn't stop playing Sekiro because I think that's a bad game. That was ultimately my pick for GOTY. It was just like, whoa, this is a whole nother level. This is a different. It's especially looking back at 2019. Like getting good at this game is different from all of the other games that I played this past year. Good
There's a
stuff.
question about Souls.
Dude, you don't
Yeah,
know.
you
don't
know what you
wanna
gotta
know.
know.
Yeah.
No. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to anybody in this room. All you gotta do is follow Sunhee Legends, man, on Twitter.
Yeah.
And go look at his.
The best.
Go look
GIFs.
at. Go look at his gifs of Sekiro.
Go look at his Devil May Cry
And
5
see-
gifts.
And
Right,
his
but
gifs.
specifically Sekiro,
He made Witcher
just to
3 look
appreciate
awesome.
Souls and appreciate how deep that game is, and follow him just like walking at a guy who shoots an arrow and he just like dodges the arrow and then
Yeah.
like goes into a combo, like jumps off a wall, stabs a guy. Like
But like the
that guy really sells that game. It's
the,
insane.
the long and the short of it with video games is like if you like it, play it. If you don't.
Yeah.
Well, you want to explain
It's
it.
complicated.
Sometimes you do want to talk to somebody who likes something, and you're like, just explain. I don't get it. Explain it to me.
The thing
Because
about
I want to understand. I don't want to play it, but I do want to understand
the
it.
thing about Souls though is they're like the most over-explained series in game criticism.
Mm-hmm.
So like being like, I don't get why everybody likes it. It's like there are thousands of hours of videos and limitless articles for you to read about why people like Souls. So I just like it's not like some unknown mystery. I don't even know where to start.
Next month in Q&A, it's
They
like
just feel good.
Souls. Let's talk about it.
They just feel good.
I,
Get back into it.
always remember learning StarCraft 2, you know, because I played StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
And like StarCraft 2, like right out of the gate, you go online, you just get like destroyed, and like obviously not that's fun, but I think so much of gaming is about when you play something and what's going on in your lives is like a really huge part. So like when I got to Sekiro's final boss, I knew in my life in that moment, it was like, all right, my whole life right now, I can take the time to commit to learning this, to mastering it, to beating it. Like, this is my goal in this moment. Had the same thing with StarCraft. I was in college at the time, like, just going to school, doing my work, learning the game. So I think, like, with Souls, like, you need time. You
Yeah,
need
very
time.
true. Yeah.
And if you're going into it without the patience, without the time of, like, already frustrated at the outset rather
Right.
than, like, clearing it all time in your
Totally.
mind and, like, giving it
Totally.
your all, then yeah.
Yeah, I think what also has that effect is when something is so critically acclaimed for so long and you don't have the time, you kind of just expect to like turn it on, have it immediately be amazing because everybody's been telling you for years that it's amazing.
Right.
When the reason why they were acclaiming it is because it took them, there was like a path to understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near Automata.
sure.
At that time in my life, I was impatient.
Yeah.
I didn't get it right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I need to go back at some point when I can really give it a fair time because everyone's
Right.
like, play, play, play. It's so good, so good.
There's still time.
Yeah, and
Take your time.
At the time, so.
Like you've been really standoffish with Street Fighter, and I just think over time, you know, you'll eventually.
This is
Showcase
a community-
joke.
This is a community
Showcase joke.
showcase joke. We talk a lot about Ken.
Showcase.
Good plug. Crazy Man 3000 asks, "Hello EZA. What would you say was the defining moment of your tenure as part of Game Trailers / EZA?"
Making it.
Boom!
Sorry, defining moment?
Defining moment.
Defining moment.
Awesome. Dude, Jones's voice.
Dude, I played Street Fighter 5 last night.
Hell yeah.
Are we doing individual defining moments?
These
Probably.
people.
So, I mean, my defining moment would be the first video I put up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The PlayStation event
and
do's and don'ts. I think would be my defining moment.
Yeah.
That changed everything.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure hearing that when you were talking with your parents. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
nice in that podcast. I like that you glossed over EZ Allies. It was like, and then EZ Allies, and okay, and then now we get to today.
Yeah, they weren't too nervous about Easy Allies.
Who, your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was like, hey, so we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna do like this Patreon.
You sold them.
And they're like, okay. Yeah, it's like, okay, all right.
See you at Christmas.
It's not any crazier than the other stuff you've done.
Yeah, exactly.
Mag's already updated a lot of good stuff in it.
What is your defining moment?
First one that comes to mind is hosing down Rob Slusser when he left.
That was him done.
How about Bloodborne musical?
Bloodborne musical was fun. Not getting fired was pretty chill.
That's not a defining
Pretty
moment.
chill.
That's a pretty defining moment.
Financially, it was.
Actually.
Yeah.
Writing on the pop facts about Demon Souls cut content was like the first thing I ever worked on.
Ooh.
So I'll like always remember that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Damiani, dude. Gave me my first break.
Yeah,
Did you have any idea what you were giving him? Like, we were just like, so, Demon Souls, you heard of it? We're working on this. You were
He
like,
just,
"Oh,
I think
okay."
Damiani just asked if I had like ideas or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Brad was pretty passionate and seemed very confident about it. I was like, "Yo, take this."
Yep.
Take it, it's yours.
Take it.
That's really yours.
Go
Can
for
I
the
watch that
glory.
video somewhere?
I think it's up somewhere probably,
Hot Facts is most certainly not on YouTube.
or maybe it's not.
Ah,
Yeah,
somebody,
Hot Facts are...
a few people saved them. Saved stuff.
Huber, I feel like there's an objective truth to your defining moment. And
The
I think,
Shenmue reaction,
yeah,
of course.
I think,
Yeah.
I think it's your defining moment,
But
though.
when I always think of my firsts, I do always think of my first. Like my first Huber hype.
Yeah.
And then being on Invisible Walls was like my first thing ever.
Yeah.
When on
But that did not define you. You kind of botched it.
huge botch.
Yeah.
Watch that video if you
Yeah.
can. I'm not
You botched it?
so scared.
Wait, what?
First time on camera.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it audio only?
It was it was me
No,
and
no, no.
Megan Rue.
Is this Invisible Walls?
Me and
Invisible Walls, yeah.
Me
Oh,
and Jolly
alright,
Megan.
I probably the worst first Invisible Walls or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we were talking
scary.
about.
It was
scary,
audio
yeah.
only at that time too.
Oh, yeah, I was.
I said like one thing, and it was like a pun, and Ryan Steen was just like, haha, like, don't talk again. Like, don't talk again, please.
No more.
Your Tim Price interview, those classic.
So, Brian,
So
same
good.
thing. So nervous.
Man,
Terrified.
man, that ooh,
Fear. So much fear.
the conversations we had after that were.
So much fear.
I don't remember that.
Thanks, Terry on 89. Thanks.
Yeah, our 5 and 7 reactions were pretty big, I guess, for us too.
And I would say game
That,
trailers
that whole
defined it
thing,
too.
yeah, it was, yeah. Thanks, E3.
Mine, I feel like the audience doesn't have like the proper context for, but it's the first episode of Frame Trap because it wasn't like Easy Allies happened and I wanted to do that show.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do that show at Game Trailers, and
Yeah.
there were people that were very adamant about
Yes.
that being a bad idea.
People who had no business.
People
being
who had no
against it.
business being against it were against it, and
Quote, no one wants to watch that.
yep. And I remember, like, thinking about we just celebrated 100 episodes of Frame Trap, and it's a successful show, and I love doing it, and it just feels so good to prove them wrong.
See, I would say Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue were actually defining Easy Allies moments instead of Game Trailers. I know it was at Game Trailers, but I
Yeah.
think that was the moment where we actually kind of discovered what we should be doing.
Sure, but I
know?
think the Shenmue 3 thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, for particular for Huber, like
Yeah,
was
yeah,
helped.
Yeah.
And not Bloodworth.
High pass moment.
I would not start chiseling down who
man.
it was because it's just going to be obvious soon.
That'd be obvious. People should own their statements.
But yeah. Anyone else? Damiani?
I got one. I know, but also real quick, he's not here. I really wanted to hear Bloodworth's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he went. I know
That
Blood
would've
wouldn't
been
say
His
anything.
F-Zero,
I-
10 out of 10.
I wouldn't.
Yes.
No, that was like
For
Game
sure.
Trailers, but
Probably not. It's
I
probably
know
like
he would not
meeting
say the Snoop
somebody-
Dogg interview, but
Snoop Dogg
Snoop
interview.
Dogg was
Dogg.
really good. Being probably either being at our first panel at either Fanime or Anime Expo, one of the two. When like we were just doing like a game trailers panel, show stuff, and like a ton of people showed up.
That's awesome.
When you did that Kingdom Hearts one, that was probably the hugest
Yeah,
crowd.
that
Well, like
Hugest
even we did
crowd.
like the Anime Expo one where we just like showed off our stuff because like after that we did like the PAX ones and we're like Viacom started to like actually like promote it and stuff, but it was like the first one we did, it was like here's our stuff and people were like yeah, and then like we couldn't get out of there for like 3 hours afterwards because like everyone just like swarmed around us, was talking to us because we didn't do like personality driven stuff, but like people just wanted to like to talk like with us forever and was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bloodworth isn't here, but somebody in chat, Louis, said, I'm not clapping for that. Is iconic
Yeah,
blood.
that's an iconic moment.
That was the day he really became Bloodworth.
Or he just has a crystalline memory of every time he's just gone like, no.
Oh, Blood being wrong about Animal Crossing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Defining
never.
moment.
That's a defining moment for me.
Defining
So certain about Nintendo. Wrong.
Oh boy. Our next question comes in from JD Incinerator. Salutations, allies. I've got two questions that are interlinked. If you had one Vita game you could play for the rest of time, what would you choose? I'd play Lumines Electronic Symphony with Voyage Mode on continuous loop. I could listen to Goriella Moistly, Embracing the Future, The Sun Rising, and Bang Bang Bang
Moistly?
all day long. Also, what is your favorite tune in Electronic Symphony? I haven't played Electronic Symphony in so long, I couldn't tell you.
Is that a game?
I've never played it.
It's the Vita version of Lumines.
Got
Oh,
it.
I think
yeah.
it was like
Played it
at
on
launch. Yeah,
PS3
pretty sure it was at launch.
I thought this person was saying I could listen to it moistly.
Yeah. Or
Maybe
that,
they-
that artist was moistly playing a song. I'm like, what?
I played Persona 4 Golden.
Yep.
Persona 4 Golden. There
Persona
you
4
go.
Golden.
I knew I was missing
Yeah.
one. I was going through my brain. I was
Yeah.
like, there's got to be one.
Tearaway
Nice.
was kind of fun on there too. But probably Persona 4 Golden is the answer.
It kind of is a game you could play for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persona 4 Golden.
Inaba.
I do like the idea of a Lumines kind of game though, because it's like
Yeah.
it's more just like it's not
Timeless.
story based. It's just you do it. Yeah.
If I want to see Tactics War Lines, it's PSP.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
PS.
You can play it on Vita.
Yeah, I mean, you can play it.
Yeah.
Man, after just
Yeah.
getting a taste of
I
Dragon's Crown.
Could I just? Yeah.
Dragon's Crown.
That's a good pick.
Could
right
I
there.
Yeah,
just-
I'm playing Dragon's Crown.
Can I cheat the system and pick the Resident Evil 2 PS1 version?
I was gonna do a PS1
that I
game, too.
Honey, you
play
can do
on
whatever you
Vita?
want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna choose the original Resident Evil 2 because that's my favorite game.
Sure. I'll pick Parappa the Rapper.
There you go.
It's a good pick.
I would say Gravity Rush, but like I don't like the tilt controls on the Vita. But otherwise, that was what it originally came out on.
Yeah.
Charred Hound 92 asks, "Hi allies, what Zero Punctuation episode is your favorite if you have one? Also, if Huber's on the panel, what was it like to work alongside Yahtzee for Huber Hype in that one episode you did with him?"
That defining moment.
Defining moments.
You worked with Yahtzee?
Yeah.
One episode.
Weird.
Yeah. Just because he was around and I was around and I forget who pitched it.
I think it was Defy.
Oh, because they
Yeah.
were owned by
Escapist
Defy,
was
yeah.
part of Defy, yeah.
My favorite Zero
So-
Punctuation bit is he did like a skit at the end of one of the episodes where he's playing a like carpet cleaner named Leslie or something in the Silent Hill universe, and he makes a joke about losing one of the 3 sigils he needs to get into his door, and that was funny. And like, it's all the shots of people answering the phone. That was a good one. What were you gonna say, Huber? I cut you off.
I need this whole story. So it's over email at first?
Yeah, I forget exactly the details. It was definitely pitched.
Mhm.
And then he was in that like one day. And then I think I definitely came up with the episode and like told it to him and he was like, "Oh, whatever. Like do whatever." So it was like it was cool, it was fun, but it was somewhat forced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was not it was like set up. you know?
Right.
So it just kinda had that vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
But other than that it was fun.
Is he chill? Is there heat on him?
I can't even tell you an episode. I've seen.
I
Like,
used to watch.
I
him
saw
and
the
just
Metal
stopped.
Gear
Not
Solid
yet.
4 one only back in the day, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you do one on MGS4?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I've seen a lot of Zero Punctuation. I used to watch him religiously.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't think I can tell you a favorite one. I don't think I have one.
It's,
but
it's like Angry Video Game Nerd. I definitely have favorites, but like
Yeah.
punctuation's not that kind of thing. Like those are legitimate reviews for me. Like,
I can't
I think
tell you
he comes up with some pretty solid opinions about games.
a very distinct memory, though. Yeah, Zero Punctuation likes to use spiders a lot in his reviews,
Yeah.
and multiple times I'd be watching a Zero Punctuation review. He would pop a spider on there, and I'd close the tab. So I do remember that.
I do like him going off on a game that I love, and I'm like, fair, cool. You know, like I like that. I actually am attracted to toward reviews of his that I'm like, ooh, that's one of my favorite games from last year. Let's do it. Because I knew even if he enjoyed it, he'll have some sassy things to say about it.
I like when Bossman does that. Just
Trash is a game you love?
yeah.
Wait till Bioshock
for a very
does.
specific reason.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I don't want to play Bioshock.
Yeah.
Try to be positive.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I feel like I've reached this
He's
point
not even gonna move. He's just gonna
Can't
sit
find it
there.
where, like, when you trash in a game, I look forward to it. I feel no anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel confusion, but I feel no anger.
He trains you to be at peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, no favorite bits, but I like to establish a visual style unique to your own show is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, just like the PC Master Race thing he would do, where he would have like console people and like his thing, and they're like
that was
dirty and peasants, and the PC Master Race had like long flowing hair. That was like peak PC Master Race stuff.
Next question comes in from BioSplicer. Howdy EZA, which video game review do you think is your favorite. It doesn't have to be the best piece you've individually written, just a review written by GT/EZA staff you think is the best you've personally seen.
I love Ben's Persona review.
Yeah, that's a good review.
Survive. Love that review.
I think about this a lot. I'm just going to say from my experience, because I've been doing it for a really long time, I have never taken as much time as I did to write a review, captured enough footage, I think cut a review that was as long, or put enough effort as I put into that GTA 5 review. I go back and watch that thing, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, I spoiled the hell out of that game. Like, I didn't care. I was just like, it's
Jones,
That's
not
Jones.
Karen?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I do care about not spoiling things. In that instance, I clearly did not. I will never put that much work into a review because there's just other stuff I need to work on, you know. But at the time, it was like, I hadn't cut a review in a really long time, and I remember like calling Shane in and be like, "Hey, Shane, look at my review that I cut. I haven't done this in like 2-3 years." Crazy.
What did he say?
He liked it. I can't remember what. I remember there's one line at the end. I'd have to bring it up where I said something and he made me put in like an almost in the sentence, and I was like, all right, fine. I said it was like.
You love doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I said it was like an unbelievable achievement. He made me say like it's an almost unbelievable achievement. I'm like, all right. But
You know what? Fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say fair.
No, it is an unbelievable achievement.
But,
GTA 5, come on now.
something. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. That wasn't the exact sense, but. And I remember I grabbed the line. Everyone was playing the game. I was like, oh, just clip that. That's the end of the review. But Michael goes in to case the diamond joint, and he's like, well, I think you made yourself a sale. I was like,
Nice.
that's the end of the review right there.
That's still my favorite mission in the game. It's just Diamond Heist.
Yeah.
My number one.
My
sure.
favorite review that
Going
I
in
did was
loud.
the Stanley Parable one for sure.
Yeah.
Because I
That
got
was
to
so
have a
much
lot
fun.
of fun with that.
That I loved. That was like one of the most enjoyable reviews to work on because you and I were just in sync and like bouncing ideas back and forth off each other, and it made for a really fun video.
I remember Ryan. My memory from that was that Ryan like tried to stop us. And I
They
was
were always
like-
trying to stop us.
They were always trying to stop us. And I was like, Ryan, no, the review has to be out of order. 'Cause
Yeah.
it cuts to the score almost immediately at
Cool.
the beginning of the review.
Really cool.
And then like it says like edited by Ian Hink, like super huge on it. And I'm like, Ryan, no, it has to be this way. And he was like, okay, fine.
Just give me one, man. Just give me
I was
one.
like, it has to be this way.
That's so awesome.
When I met, what's his name, William Pugh, he said he liked that review a lot.
Nice.
Super cool.
Aw.
I don't go back and watch that.
There are a number of reviews that I've written that I do not like, that I wish I could go back in time and change. And there are a lot of times when I'm sending a script to Blood and I'm like, I don't think, I'm just not happy with it. But I did not feel that with Death Stranding.
Cool.
I when I wrote Death Stranding and I sent that out into the world, I was like, this is how I feel about this game. And it's messy, and people get all whiny about the score, but I was like, this is how I feel. This is accurate to me.
Yeah.
When I
so.
read that one, because I cut that one, I remember, I think I wrote to you, I was like, this is such an amazingly well-written review. This is so
I had to
good.
message him after that.
Yeah.
Because that script reads like somebody trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I
definitely
that
was
was
trying
a
to figure
thought
it out.
process put to
Yeah.
words.
It's one of my favorite pieces that you've written, I think. Yeah.
Hmm.
I really like that one.
I
They're all great.
I remember being out of town and not voicing. I think Rich Brown did it. A review of a GT of Leisure Suit Larry box office bust,
Oh, gosh.
and that's still one of my favorite endings of all time because Tom Arnold's in it and he plays like the director. And at the end, it was a pretty funny review. But at the end, I think we gave it like a 3 or something. And the score, we had the old like, like the like. So there was an animation before the score was revealed. And when the score's like going up, and Tom Arnold goes, "Okay, let's see what the audience thinks of this one." And it's like 3, and he's like, "Oh, what the hell do they know?" It's like a great soundbite.
How the hell do they know?
That's better than
I
the
will
game.
say-
Character in the game getting ready
Cutting-
for the score.
Cutting reviews for games that are bad is the most fun.
That's such
Sure, yeah.
You just get to troll the hell out
We
of
don't
it.
get to do it enough.
Now we just talk about on Frame Trap.
Yeah. Now we do.
Yeah.
just
That
talk
was
about
one of my
Frame Trap.
favorite.
About 70%
reviews.
through it, we're like,
The G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra review.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was our first
Yes.
like troll review we'd ever done. Like it's serious, but like I had a wild time editing that one, making fun of that.
the embargo's up. I can mention one of those today. The embargo's up today on it. But the Dark Crystal Tactics
Is that a 3?
this weekend, I was like, I'm not reviewing this.
Because it's so bad.
I just, it's just like, am I gonna? I can't score it, but it's not It's below 7. I'll just put that there currently. And it's like, do I want to put in the time to tell people that the $20 licensed game is not
I get what you're saying.
fantastic? It's
I get
like,
what
I
you're
got better things
The
to
game
do.
no one's gonna buy.
You were looking forward to that so much. Like every release
curious
schedule
about it, yeah.
for months, Brandon would be like, "Did we get
Yeah.
Dark Crystal in?"
Especially because Stranger Things is awesome.
Feels like a
Yeah.
mobile game that they were
Good.
like, let's put this on consoles. You know, they were like, they're developing it as a mobile game. They're like, cool, should we make the buttons smaller? Nah.
That's not what they
isn't
meant.
that all
That's-
games now?
That was not their intent, though. Like from the beginning,
I
they
don't
want to
know,
make
yeah.
console games.
But I read some reviews today, and some people were like, it's deep. It's just production values are not.
Gotcha.
I remember the.
But joining the show.
This is like peak me at game trailers. They gave me I got the script and VO and the edit order. Back then, Simone would give you like a piece of paper with the edit request on it for the Mists of Pandaria review
Yeah,
at
that's a classic.
like 6:15 p.m.
That's your
and
classic
they were like,
turnaround.
We need it by 7, and I was like, maybe I could. Okay, and then I remember I was like, I'd laid out the VO, and then Patrick was like, it's World of Warcraft, man. You can just put whatever. And I was like, okay, and I cut it in 35 minutes. It was like a 7-minute review.
That's like complete detachment. That's like Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Manhattan from what
Yeah.
you're just moving objects.
Story of my life.
just like-
That's how
Quick,
that's how I am
quick,
with
quick,
most
quick.
video games.
Shout out to Ian, especially at game trailers. There'd be so many times I would, poor Ian, I would bring you like,
You were notorious.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
notorious for it. I would bring
Like-
you a review and footage at like 5:30 because I would get so anal about the script that
Yeah.
I would wait until the last possible minute, and
And the funny thing was,
you would get rightfully annoyed, but you were a champion about it. You always got it done.
well, I took pride in being quick. But the funny thing with the way that it worked back then was we would know that review was coming. So that entire day I would just be sitting around waiting for it. you
Yeah.
know? And then I'd always get it at 5:45 and be like, bah!
Yeah. Transistor happened like that.
Yeah.
Remember, Huber asked me to cut Evil Within. I was so honored.
Yeah,
I really
dude.
liked the
He's
Evil
like,
Within
you were like,
movie.
Brandon Jones, I would like you to edit
Yep.
this review. I'm like,
Yep. Personal request.
let's do it.
For which game?
Yep. Evil Within.
First
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yes.
Also, shout out
So
to
fun.
Ian. Watching that Outer Wilds Don't Skip, I was like, this is really good. Ian should totally write reviews. That was.
You should
I
write
liked it a
those
lot.
games.
I can write don't skips maybe.
Well, if you don't want to do reviews, you shouldn't do them. You should.
I mean, I-
do always only do reviews if you want to do reviews.
They're the games that
Those
I
games might pop up.
would feel like reviewing are so few and far between.
It's like 2 or 3 a year.
Right.
Yeah.
If that.
If that.
Like, if that. Like, until Outer Wilds, I thought 2019 was like a nothing year. You know? Which I know is not the common opinion. This is just who I am. I can't help it. We're all trapped as ourselves, gang.
Meat sacks.
Our next question comes in from James. Hello, allies. I'd like to know, what are your worst cinema experiences you had? Or if you haven't had bad cinema experiences, what is the worst film you've seen in cinema?
Anytime anyone talks
Yeah,
on
I
the
get-
phone,
yeah.
Yep,
that,
just- yep.
that
Yeah.
takes the cake. There are numerous examples. Oh, one time I went to a theater that didn't have assigned seats, and there was this empty seat, dude, his girlfriend, empty seat, my friends. And there were 2 of us coming in. My friends had tried to save those 2 seats, and the dude sat down, you know. And then I was like, oh, hey, would you mind moving over? And I was like 20 minutes early for the movie, like 15 minutes early for this movie. And I was like, oh, would you mind moving over 1 seat so I could sit with my friends? And he was like, you fucking come late, so I gotta deal with it. It's my fucking problem. Like, everyone in the theater was just
Whoa,
like,
dude.
and I was like, I mean, it's 20 minutes before the movie started. I'm not late. You know? And he's like, and he's just like, oh yeah, so all your shit is my fucking problem. And he just kept going, and I was just like, dude, you're not worth it, man. And I just like sat somewhere else.
You sit behind him.
He wanted to fight me though. It was so
Scary.
funny. I'm just like, what
Well,
is
it's
this
tough when you have a big
problem?
group because you don't want to all get in the same row. You want to like double stack just because when it's like you don't want to be like 15 people
Yeah.
away from like your friend at the end.
Yeah.
So like you do want to
2 rows.
overlap a little bit.
Totally.
I never
Yeah,
go to
I
theaters
can't. Boy,
without assigned seats.
thankfully, all the happy memories outweigh. I'm sure I must have had
I have
horrible memories, but I don't remember the movie specifically. I guess
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know
Oh.
what movie that. That might have been Dark Phoenix. So like no part of that was good.
I have one that is pretty dark and pretty personal.
Oh.
So going to the Joker, like I think it was right around when it opened. It might not have been opening weekend, but it was close. Like that week or right around that time, there was a school shooting like right across the street where my wife works, and it was a
remember that.
terrible day for me. And they were talking about like, oh, you know, when the Dark Knight had the shooting, and so I just remember being in the theater and having like a minor panic attack. Like, what if somebody goes crazy and shoots us? And so that was just a really bad experience for me.
We didn't see
And I didn't
Joker
like
at
the
theaters
movie.
because of that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
I sat way in the back. It was just impossible not to think about that weekend. Yeah.
Mine is the worst and the best in one. It was my worst and my best. Avengers Endgame. Went to see it, and there were like multiple times throughout the day. They're always opening up new shows, and I get like crazy anxiety. I cannot sit next to people in a movie theater. I just cannot freak out. So we go to like the 12:45 show. Avengers opening night.
Midnight.
Yeah, 12:45 that night. Everything's fine. No one near us. One trailer starts. Bunch of people start coming in. Second trailer starts. More people coming in. By the time the third one starts, more people. Everything's fine. Movie starts. 10 people. With popcorn, like the whole shebang. 10 people walk right up, sit right in front of us. So I just freak out and I leave. We waited 3 hours for the next show. It was a 3 a.m. show.
Jesus.
It's like 7 people in the theater. Best of my life. Best movie of my life.
You
Best
didn't get
show.
tired?
No, because we just we hung out and we took like really fun phone quizzes of like which Disney character are you? We just did that for like 3 hours.
This guy is an adventure.
That's pretty
man.
cute.
And then we went
I
back
can't
in.
stay up
Yeah.
past 3.
Yeah,
I
then
start
we,
panicking.
and then we got to the 3:15. It was like 3:15, and then like 7 people in the theater.
Wow.
Nice and chill.
I got two, man. So, one was Thor Ragnarok or whatever. This made me like never want. This like really made me not want to go to movies anymore. Is see the movie. There's just like this family behind us. Just would not like they're talking like they're at home by themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the entire time, their kids going ape shit in the back. Like, dude, this is the worst. Saw Toy Story 3, complete empty theater. Just me and Kristen sitting there. These 2 drunk girls come in
No.
with drinks, sit right behind us in an empty theater, and just tapping their feet, talking the whole time. And I was like, okay, I don't ever want to go to movies ever again.
Worst.
It's so bad.
It's real simple. If you're at a movie, do not talk.
Yeah.
If you gotta talk, leave the theater.
Please.
It's that easy.
And also,
Please.
get off your damn phone.
Get off your phone.
Shut it down.
Also, like if you, I was at a movie one time where it was clear that this couple, like, didn't know what kind of movie they were getting into. Like it was like an art house thing. I don't remember what it was, but it was some like super art house, highfalutin ass thing, and like they clearly just weren't there for that. And like they just kept talking, and like the lady was like, oh, you know, like saying this, oh, this sucks, like what? And I'm just like, why don't you leave?
Yeah.
If you're
You're
not
gonna
liking
complain
it,
the whole time.
why don't you leave? That's why I like Alamo Drafthouse. Ironic because they do have waiters come through with food and stuff, but they're
freaks
always
me out.
no, but they're very quiet. Alamo Drafthouse, dude, takes no shit. They're like, do not talk, do not text. If you get one warning, and then you will be forcibly removed without
Dude.
refund. And they say if you have a problem with another table, flip your card up on your thing. You don't even have to talk. You just flip your card up on your thing, and they'll come in and deal with it. Like you can just be like them.
Whoa.
Wait,
And they'll
what
kick
theater?
them
This
out.
is this is my dream, dude.
Yeah.
My dream, and they have food.
Them.
Really, really good food.
Oh.
Alamo Drafthouse.
I want
is
that with no
downtown.
food.
This is a movie theater?
Alamo Drafthouse. Yeah. There's a new one downtown.
I just
gotta
always,
go.
I always
great.
get scared because it's like you always seem like an asshole if you tell someone to be quiet in a movie
Right.
theater.
Right.
You're the bad person.
Right. Yeah.
When it's like, dude,
you just
just
want like
follow the
somebody
rules.
else to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a play and there were these people, this group of people, older, drunk as hell, and they were hating the play, and they thought everyone else was hating it too. It was a one-man show where he was doing like, it was incredible. It was actually really good. He was doing like really cool like monologue stuff with like time, and like it was like partially a magic show. he had a half of a phone conversation at the beginning that you, like 40 minutes later, you realize that he had recorded his half and then was doing the second half of the conversation toward the end of the play. It was awesome. But these ladies hated it. And like, it was a in the round situation. We were all sitting on like boxes around the dude. And like, he could clearly, obviously hear them, you know? And they were just being so rude. And finally, like, me and like the other people around them were just like, you need to leave. You need to stop. And they were like, what, are you liking this? And I'm like, yes. And I was like, we will help you leave. And they were like, how are we supposed to get down? And I'm like, I will help you leave. You need to stop. That's the only time I've ever like lashed out at someone.
Did you hear about I can't remember what play it was, the guy who went up on stage and plugged in his cell phone?
What?
There was just an outlet like on stage. It was like a fake outlet on the set, but it was like in the corner. So he just like up the stairs, and just like walked. It was like the entire theater just like turned to look at the guy. And it was like, and then like on stage realizes it's like not a real outlet. It's
part of the act.
All right, like,
wow,
it'd be a good bit.
That is
bit in a show.
That's crazy.
I would love that if he then became part of the film.
But it's like the moment that outlet like didn't go into the wall. That's like the clash of his like understanding of theater, you know? It's like it was a probably really profound moment for him. Like, he was like, and then
people. There's a similar disconnect with people in Cirque du Soleil, I think, because like
that's kind of intentional. Like they want the audience to kind of flip out a little bit.
What I mean is like there's a weird nexus of like people don't understand if it's theater or a sporting event. So like people have their beers and they're talking during the show like it's a football game when it's like a $200 theater experience. Like that drove me crazy when I was seeing a Cirque du Soleil and people.
I saw Far From Home for the second time with my friend who did not see it. 3 teenagers were talking about the ending before the film started, but as an impulse I told them to shut up and to not talk about spoilers. My friend fortunately did not hear. I kind of felt bad for telling them to shut up.
No, never feel bad.
I feel bad because
Yeah.
that was me sitting behind.
Man, that's always the worst when like people are clearly being in the wrong and you just try to be like stop, but then you feel bad for doing that. I hate.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about people talking during E3 press conference?
That's our job.
That's a good.
You don't have to
cap.
watch that.
That's a good cap.
I have a question. How do you feel about people talking during music concerts?
Dude,
How do you
people
feel
do
about
weird
this?
things at music concerts.
I mean, like I'll sing all.
You
Like, dude, I saw
shouldn't,
Metallica
right?
at
You
the
should not
Forum,
talk.
and like
Yeah,
I
that's
sang
what I
every
thought,
song.
yeah.
I couldn't help it.
It was
Because like people just talk during songs, and I'm just like trying to hear this.
Yeah. That's absurd. That's absurd to me.
Okay.
That's wrong.
The thing that is worse than that is because I think talking during anything is crazy too.
Yeah.
I was at a Nils Fram concert and it was the first time I ever heard of him. I went to see Dawn of Midi, who opened for him. I was standing next to the stage. You could hear a pin drop in that room. He was playing piano, and I was just watching his hands, and it was amazing. You could literally silence besides his music. It was the most respectful setting ever. And then someone must have ordered a mixed drink at the bar, because then you just hear way back in the thing. And Nils himself, he's playing the piano, and then he just goes. He just like looks back at the bar, and then he just kept the same riff going until the thing was done, and then he was just like. He kept going with the song. It was so crazy.
It's so good. But that's what's great about live theater.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
You can't.
It was so fun.
Movies are great, but you never get stuff like that.
It was so funny.
Our next question comes in. We're still doing questions.
We are.
Our next,
I forgot what
It was a good question.
so our next question comes in from Caesar. Hello, allies. This is it. The end of the line. Do you know how long this took? I don't. And I'm the one asking you questions.
Years.
I have one ready for next month, but after that is a huge question mark. Maybe I can come up with another running theme or just stick to random monthly question. Who knows? In the meantime, Music Library, The Switch, go.
Breath of the Wild.
Smash Ultimate.
Odyssey.
I feel like Smash Ultimate done.
Yeah.
Pretty
Smash
good.
Ultimate gets you every other game.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. If you have all of the tracks in that soundtrack.
Bloodstain's on Switch, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, sadly.
Yeah. Doesn't work, but it's on there.
Odyssey. Breath of the Wild, obviously.
3 houses. Pretty
You got
good.
all those Final Fantasy games.
Doesn't
on
Splatoon have a good soundtrack?
there. Yes.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's
Yeah.
Mansion.
Octopath Traveler.
Link's
Sure.
Awakening.
Link's
Yeah.
Awakening.
Yeah, Link's Awakening. Those orchestrations were great.
Astral Chain is a good pick. Cadence of Hyrule.
Oh, Xenoblade 2 is a good pick.
Xenoblade 2 is a good pick.
Yeah.
Torna specifically.
Mm.
Yes.
Snipper clips.
Snipper clips.
Yeah.
Snipper clips. I love that
You have
game.
everything on here.
Hollow Knight counts, yeah.
You said Breath of the Wild. Right?
Yeah.
Celeste, Sonic
Hollow Knight.
Mania.
Dude, we're
Celeste,
so
Sonic-
Oh yeah, Undertale's on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Witcher 3?
Shovel Knight, yeah.
Shovel Knight.
Octopath Traveler, yeah.
Witcher.
Skyrim.
Tropical
Doom.
Freeze.
Yeah,
Tropical
Tropical
Freeze.
Is good. Yep, yep, yep.
Go free.
Diablo 3.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all three, 7, 8, and
7,
9.
8, and 9, yeah. Stardew Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Did Dead Cells have good music?
Dude,
Final Fantasy 7?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Celeste does have
Yeah, it was
really
probably
good
Celeste.
music.
Celeste has amazing music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Outer
absolutely.
Worlds.
Yeah, we should
I
all
don't think
Yeah.
get
Outer Worlds is
Yeah.
out yet on it.
Final Fantasy 10 and 10 2 for sure.
Undertale? Never heard
Yep,
music
it's
was
on-
good from Undertale.
Undertale.
Undertale's music
Oh,
is
Their
Undertale.
music is
Under-
famously
Undertale.
Yeah.
You've
It's like-
heard Undertale.
Yes.
I probably
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, mana
Megalovania.
games. All the mana games are here.
Fire
Emblem, yeah.
Fire Emblem games, yeah.
Yeah, it's on there too.
All right, we did it.
Yay.
Oh, we did it.
Yeah.
Bridge Constructor Ultimate Edition?
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
That was it, though. We're out of consoles.
Phone.
Well,
Phone
Yeah, we only for a few
You
more
think he's doing
months.
phone next month?
There will be
You think he's doing
You
phone?
think he's doing phone?
He said he had one lined up.
Okay.
You
Where's
think
he
I'm
on
playing
PC?
Bioshock?
PC.
The Amiga, baby. The
PC, just
Atari
everything.
Jaguar.
Every game ever.
Yeah.
Okay, everything we've ever
World
listed.
of Warcraft.
Next question. Ebo show. Hey, allies, with E3 becoming less relevant, do you guys have plans of attending other gaming events?
Physically
Fair
or
question. I actually like this question.
telepresence?
You're like surprised.
What?
You were like,
Oh,
it's
the
a-
Evo show asked a good question.
This was
yeah, it goes either way. Really,
This
Evo
game
show
about
could go
Cup of
either
Joe's
way.
though, it's like it's not that kind of a situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we can replace it with
Yeah.
something. It's like we can't. If E3 doesn't happen, it's not like we suddenly have the money to fly everybody to Germany
Right.
to do Gamescom. Like,
Yes. Yeah, true.
If you look at our statistics, the E3 spike is palpable. It's
Yes.
like, it's crazy. It like is the tentpole literally of this business.
We've taken the last couple BlizzCons off.
We took
Yeah.
one off, I think.
One
just
or
last
two.
time.
I feel like we've
Yeah.
taken two.
Indicate doesn't
Just
do
one?
numbers.
No, we
Nobody
went
cares.
the year before that.
So-
You and me were there.
Yeah.
that's always been in
I
Anaheim,
feel like
right?
we
Yeah.
did it.
So
Yeah, we did it. We did 2018. We didn't do 2019.
Oh, okay.
And you know, Blizzard's on fire.
Yeah.
I could see us like if the E3 just tanked and was so stupid, and we were like, oh, all right, like taking that money and investing in like a PSX if that did happen that year.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Something
if
else.
we had to travel for it, like let's all go. Like let's actually,
Yeah.
you know, because we're hungry for that. You know, those big announcements. Something that we
I
could go do.
I do feel like the onus wouldn't be entirely on us. If E3 folds, some other show
Will
or some
replace
other
it.
series of events
KeelyCon?
would replace it for news, you know,
Right.
suspension. And we would then just stream that, and it would,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
it would
Dispension con.
fulfill the same purpose
For
for
sure.
us.
Yeah, I think it is location based more than anything.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
I
just
I get
it being
I get
here
that.
is super nice for us.
Dissemination, that's the one.
There it is.
Dispensation.
Dispensation also would work.
I feel like
Dissemination?
we've kind of
Dissemination.
done more reactions to more things, though. So
Sure.
I think that has kind of supplemented it a little bit.
We would, I mean, yeah, any big event, we're gonna react to it if we have enough head
Mhm.
notice. So. If
Dispenser
every-
Mansion.
Dispenser mansions.
That's really good.
So dumb. It's
Wouldn't
so
have been
dumb.
fun an hour and 30 minutes ago?
Yeah.
At 3:53.
My kind of
It's
joke.
good.
Now I'm picturing a mansion like made out of like dispensers.
Awesome.
So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I feel like
Keep
Yeah,
at
oh,
it.
that's dispenses.
anytime like I feel like it's about like singular game events now, you know?
Oh sure,
Just
States
like go
plays,
try,
directs.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Go
that
try this one game. Or,
probably streaming reactions to like every state of play, direct, whatever, blah blah blah, like would add up to maybe as much E3. I don't know.
If E3 well and truly ends, we should just like make our own.
yeah.
Get Keely on the horn,
Yep.
make a KeelyCon, and just be done with it.
And our E3 is just Huber saying things are gonna happen, and then like we're reacting. to it.
That's a really funny idea.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, our E3. I think you said our E3, like Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
EZ3, dude.
EZ3 is good.
Easy 3.
Done. This stuff writes itself.
Hubert just puts on a tux and just kind of explains it.
Yeah.
Everybody just flips out of him. Hubert just...
Calling an E4 would be.
I didn't know he was going to talk about Resident Evil.
There's E4 all.
We'd miss out on him reacting to things, though.
No, we I don't think we would.
He'd be like, Shenmue 4!
Next question comes in from Robert Lee. Hey, Alice, after having gone through Goaty, what would you like to change for 2020?
Oh.
I'm not sure how to take that.
What would you like to change about goatees?
I'm not
We
sure.
have a list.
After having gone through
keep
Goaty,
notes.
what would you like to change for 2020?
We have a little list.
We keep notes. Yeah.
I actually really liked our 2020 Goaty.
Yeah.
The way we did it was pretty good. We were in here for far too long.
The sound in the camera was a little weird.
I don't know
Oh,
if it changed anything
that-
on there.
I could have. I know what happened.
Yeah,
I
you
could've
just pushed a
fixed-
button and
No, I just turned on both sides. The
Right.
left channel just happened to be slightly louder than the right, so it sounded like phasing. You could have fixed that with fill left with right
Yeah.
in Premiere.
Definitely split it over multiple days recording.
Definitely.
I totally see the people saying split it into 2 days, but there's something about, like, the gauntlet, man. Maybe that's
I
the wrong
literally
way of thinking.
got sick during.
Felt
Yeah,
like so many people
I got
wanted to
sick
leave at
after.
the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
Going
rather,
to Goaty, that stinks.
yeah, I'd rather do everything one day and then just Game of the Year another day by itself.
Whoa.
It
Honestly.
seems like an even split, but it's not. Game of the Year is only really like 20% of it.
But
It took us.
But I
2.5
would want
hours.
100% of our faculties focused on that
Sure.
20%. You know what I mean?
Especially after knowing everything that led up to it.
Exactly.
Like, oh, okay. That's where you were at? All right. Give me 12 hours.
Because you do everything, then you
Yeah, I get
sleep
it.
on it, and then you
Yeah.
come back
Sure.
fully refreshed
Yeah.
for the Game of the Year.
It's tough. We also did it super late this year, so I think that was just a part of us kind of being, just taking long vacations, and we kind of got a late start, so we had to push that back 1 week. So I'd like to do it near the 20th. I say near, because 20th is my birthday. Something like that, a week earlier next year.
Yeah, it's hard
Much thought
because
has been put into the category names.
like
Yes.
we
Too
do
much.
we do our best to like play everything and like wang that against when we do it, you know. So it's hard.
I actually really like doing it late.
Same.
I think it
Same.
makes our awards better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you played Death Stranding that weekend.
Yeah.
So it definitely changes.
Yeah.
It was just like 3 days before the end of the month. Like maybe, just a little bit earlier. But then, yeah, we never know when a Tuesday is going to be. So,
Never know.
yeah, you never know.
No way to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Game of the Year is always really hard because like it's a hard thing to walk away and be satisfied with.
Yeah.
And there are definitely things that we can improve. But I feel like 2020 was better than the other years.
This is our smoothest so
Mhm.
far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely the best Goaty we've done.
Yeah.
Just production value and planning and everything. So it feels good that those projects get better, that we learn from it. And yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like we could talk to each other in a way. Like we had,
Totally.
I don't know, there were moments where it got tense, but I felt like there was respect there.
100%.
Dude.
Love and respect.
I feel like past years have been like even more tense.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
like
yeah.
GT days was like
Oh, yeah.
super tense.
Oh, yeah.
GT days were,
Cutthroat, dude.
yeah. All right. Not Jack says, EZA designs the perfect next-gen console marketing campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, if you were put in charge of marketing strategy for the PS5, Xbox, Sex type of console, what types of trailers or games would you be focused on advertising to get new users in the next generation? Pretend you can plan the game development lineup as well. Would you only show games coming out the next year or make non-gameplay trailers for games that are nowhere near finished? Examples include going after the kids with a new battle royale, showing a new third-person adventure gameplay trailer where your chatty but lovable sidekick dies at the end,
No.
or promising a remake of a game with a heavy nostalgia factor that won't release until the end of the generation.
I want one of these.
Yeah, you need one of those.
I want one of those.
Also keep in mind the scarcity of resources, so you can't just say, let's make everything.
Yeah.
You gotta give them hope.
So PS5, I would just say just show Spider-Man whatever it's at right now.
Wherever it's
You're
at.
only gonna
Yeah.
play this on PS5.
Even if it's super jank.
Cause like, isn't
Yeah.
that like the best-selling like PlayStation
Yeah.
4 game like
That and,
ever
like,
or
God of
something?
War,
God of
yeah.
War also, yeah.
I mean, the games are the
Yeah.
only thing that matters. Like,
Just show me Kratos killing one enemy. That alone would satisfy me until like 2023.
how about this?
Show me one kill now, and I'll wait years. Like you know?
How about this? Kratos rips off somebody's head,
Yeah.
and then Spider-Man zips in.
He zips up the head.
And it just says PlayStation.
Yeah, this is PlayStation 5. Spider-Man's like, whoa, buddy.
Man, I honestly think that like nothing would get me more hyped ever. And I've fallen for this trick so many times that we're gonna do the trick. Just like showing me like some crazy CG for a new Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Gets me every time. Gets me
Yep.
every single time.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
Yep.
it.
But is that a system seller? Does that sell the
Yeah.
console that it's on? I guess if it's exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, like they need to show Horizon 2 if that's in development.
Yeah.
Like they have to.
That's-
That's like the thing to show.
That's one thing I realized, like, all right, I am the, it's kind of like you were just saying when you felt, I was like, all right, I'm the only guy in the room that thought that cool. But then when they announced Final Fantasy 14, and they like come out and these Final Fantasy 11 looking dudes are like flying airships that are looking like Final Fantasy 11, and I was like, oh, 14's gonna be online, cool. And then at the end it was like Final Fantasy 14, and it was like, yeah, and it's like online. They're like, what? And I'm like, that was so clear to me from the first face I saw. I was like, oh, this is the exact same design from... So who's the person that's anticipating this but is angry and didn't focus on 11? Like, okay, that was just me.
I'd also want to. I want to focus on the move to next gen. So I want to make it as easy as possible. Because like a lot of people are playing live games, so things like Fortnite, Apex, and stuff. I want that like transition to be smooth and awesome. You know, just like day one, all these are
Everything
ready to,
works, yeah.
Like you buy your next gen console day one, you're bringing it home, and you're like syncing up all your live games, but now you're just playing a better version next gen.
I don't think that's exciting.
It's not exciting, but it's needed.
It's like a nice little feature,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think what like gets people wired, I was thinking about it, is scale.
Yeah.
I think like I'm thinking about the Killzone thing where you saw the city, and it's like the city looked good, like the reflections were good, but it was just the scale of it that made it so crazy. I would just try to show the biggest thing I possibly can.
New York City.
Assassin's
Spider-Man.
Creed.
Yeah.
World.
And just dense, it's just stuffed, and like we have to go by frame to like see everything that's in there.
You just keep zooming out.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in a city, then a country, then a planet, then a galaxy, and then a universe, and there's like players.
And then it's just
going
like a
around.
little marble on the cat's collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah, because remember the fake
Everyone's like, what?
the fake Nintendo VR thing?
Yep,
Nintendo
Nintendo
on.
On.
And the thing that like really made that click was Mario coming out of the castle, and then it zooms out of castles and castles and castles. And like that was the most impressive thing about that. It's just like I think scale is really just sell the console.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Me too.
That was a good
I just get
answer.
someone
Kyle.
popular to have a new hit song come out this summer, the hit song of summer 2020,
Ariana?
and Ariana, and they just sing about PlayStation 5 in one of the verses.
Pop
Yeah,
song about
Just
the
drops the
PlayStation
name
5.
PS5 in there in one spot.
PlayStation 5 music
And it's
video.
just everywhere. The song's everywhere. And just that one line comes up, and everyone's like, every gamer's like, PS5 was said, yeah. And you get all these like TikTok videos of people like
There's so
talking
many
about
too.
it and stuff. They can show like Huber's little one Kratos kill video. There you go. Just one
Damiani?
kill.
I kind of hear you,
Yeah, he's thinking. I like this.
but this also kind of sounds like a nightmare future. I don't know.
It is.
I just thought of an insane lyric that I shouldn't say.
Because like, there was the Ludacris song with PS2 back in the day, and everyone's like, "Yo, the PS2 lyric, so cool."
Yeah, Super Nintendo,
Well, I like the-
Sega Genesis.
No.
No, I'm not talking about Ludacris right now. I'm saying there's a history, there's a lineage
Oh
of this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lineage.
But I like that all of our minds kind of came together. Well, not all of us did this, but just the backwards compatibility idea of the PlayStation 5. That all we have like the different disc drives.
The disc
You know,
change
for like
room.
all the different systems. And I think let's just imagine like the inspiring like Olympic level trailer you can make for the PlayStation 5 when you're just like everything. It plays every PlayStation game ever made. You
Yeah.
know, and it's like it's all here. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like just like Smash Ultimate.
The music,
You're
dude,
just
yeah.
like SSX and
Yeah.
Gran Turismo and all, and it's just like,
Yeah.
do you love PlayStation? PlayStation.
Like when you have a field day editing that
Oh my god.
that hype video of like PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
2, just going through all the games.
Yeah.
5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you reveal that it costs $250.
No!
Too cheap. Too cheap.
Yeah. I'd be
That's
worried.
a red flag to me. That's a red
Yeah,
flag.
I'd be
I
worried.
read something
Yeah.
about the costs today where they said they were going to be looking to Microsoft.
Yeah.
You know,
It worked last
making
time.
the move. Yeah.
This is a terrible idea, but I still think $599 is hilarious.
It's hilarious. I laugh every time.
It's way too expensive, but I almost want PS5 to be like worth $10,000. Like just an absurd-
Exclusive.
I do like that.
24K
Dollars.
It's like $10,000.
$10,000.
It would bring
I
arcades
guess I'm not
back.
going to that
You know?
far.
Yeah, right.
You'd have to go to an arcade to play the PlayStation 5.
And in one day, Microsoft wins.
Yeah, one
It's
day
like-
Microsoft wins. They're just so confident.
Yep. I would pay $10,000 to play Spider-Man 2. I'd do it. I would,
Man, I think it's-
I would suck out my college education in a heartbeat.
5,000 a day, 10,000 a day.
Go to community
People
college.
pay it.
I never went to college, Dad. I'd be like, play this game. He's like, okay.
You were right, Dad.
You're right, Dan.
I can't read, but Spider-Man 2 is great.
We're pretty
Can't
bad
read.
marketing people.
K through
Just making a
12.
goal on Patreon.
Making a goal on.
Making a new goal. Bring
Milo
goals back.
College.
PlayStation 5 goal. Yeah, or yeah, it's the same goal.
Yeah.
Oh, Milo College Patreon goal is very funny.
What a tangent. Just Milo the Patreon. Just let it just him.
Oh,
There's
that-
no description, just a picture. And I'm just like,
Just like
Something.
squinting.
Yeah.
Kids are expensive.
Bro, that was our last question.
oh!
Oh, wow.
See you later.
Oh, we're finished.
I was going to
Good
say
on
that
that, too.
the Spider-Man trailer shows him go inside, change into Peter Parker, go outside. Do
Huber's still mad he couldn't go into the apartment in
Oh,
Spider-Man.
living.
Yeah.
Living.
I was just saying, though, that's what you do in the next trailer.
Did you
yeah,
message me? Somebody messaged me on Slack.
I messaged both of you. I was like, can you go into his
Can I go to his apartment? I was like, no.
And I was like, no.
Peter's
Damn.
apartment?
Yeah.
The reason, you know why it's ridiculous to me?
Please.
Because in the intro to Spider-Man, he jumps out of the window.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
start in the apartment, and he
Yeah.
jumps out of an open window into the city, and then that window shuts. Like, the moment you're out, it's like, you're never going back.
You have
Ever.
no business
You're
in
never-
there.
You have no business in his...
That's
You have no
Peter's
business
apartment,
being the character you're
not
playing.
Spider-Man's apartment.
Oh my god, but
You
you
ain't-
play as Peter Parker. Why
Yeah,
go
when
to
he's
why?
at work.
You have no business being in Aunt May's building then. Why go to her? Why go where she works? Who cares? I'm
Damian,
Spider-Man. I should be
get us
running on
outta here.
rooftops.
There's
you know?
there's story development that
There
happens.
could be story development in his apartment. Why go to Mary Jane's apartment?
Patreon.com/EZA
thank-
$20 tier. is
Thank
how
you
get
for
involved.
watching
Just saying,
the
with the
latest
power of the
rendition of
PlayStation
Mandatory
5.
Update Nights. A lot of people have been wanting Mandatory Update Nights to come back.
It's back.
It's back.
Yeah, that
It's
was
here.
It's stealth.
Thank you for watching Mandatory
Still
Update Nights.
pilot.
If you would like to send in a question to Mandatory Update Nights, I will post the submissions at the end of the month. First, I will let you know when the submissions are happening, and then I will post the submissions. Thank you to all of our wonderful patrons who sent in a question. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you, Ben.
That we went so off the rails. Hopefully, they didn't bother you. Love and respect.